everybody, welcome back to Tones and Tales RPG. We left last episode with some heavy revelations and some newfound information, and a close shave with some mischievous goblin gangsters. So we won't waste any more time as we jump straight back into tonight's episode. But before then, did you want to do your...
I do. One moment.
Tuck it in.
What do you mean?
So we have to collect a little bit of something for this announcement. So Seb will be right back.
For the audio-only listeners.
Yeah.
No, this is he's...
What is this?
So for those who don't know, we've recently had the birthday of our miraculous dungeon master.
What?
Woo! Yes.
What? What do you mean? What do you mean? What the...
Cody has an obsession now with the Dwarven Forge tiles.
What the
Yeah.
That is the full cavern set, all for you.
That's why we kept trying to gaslight you away from buying it.
Are you serious?
Yeah, this is from everyone at the table, the core crew. We've all thrown in and we got you the full set for our own selfishness to make the table even better.
Yes. A gift for you is a gift for us. Don't cry now. You're on camera. Don't cry now.
Cockheads. Alright, you fucking slut. Can we shut that door, please? So we can...
yeah.
Alright, well, before I do burst into tears on camera, that'll be a whole fucking
you got
thing. Fucking cocksucker. God damn it. So, God damn you. Oh, God. Sit your ass back down. Anyway, now that that's out of the
Happy
way.
30th birthday
That's
to
the
our
one.
dungeon
30.
dad.
God. Fucking, yeah, the chain is right. Chain to the grave. That's it. 1 foot in. Alrighty. Well, with that slide bullshit out of the way, I think I've cussed so much we're getting no money off this. Well, we're gonna go back into tonight's episode of Tomes and Tales. Ooh.
Welcome to Tomes and Tales RPG.
I hate and loved a lot of you. And welcome back. So, last we left our party. Let's go. Yeah. There we go. Last we left our party. Hugle had just relayed what he had seen to the party, with Zero confirming that the crystallized substance in the warehouse was in fact rift glass, a powerful magical component. However, very unstable if not cared for properly. Sebastian opted to stealth and attempt to track possible outgoing deliveries while the others decided how best to act.
Ooh.
Yeah, there we go.
I feel like I'm in a Disney episode.
Yeah.
Little intro to the... Yeah.
Eventually I'll be able to adjust all this properly.
No.
With skill. There we go. And we turn the intensity down. There we go. Yes. So Zero and Zefaris decided to do what they do best and stealth into the warehouse to get a better look and perhaps swipe some intel or some sort of information, anything that wasn't basically bolted to the floor that could give you some sort of clue as to what was going on. Upon entering, Hugle was the party's security camera, as we saw the Paladov gunslinger inside a mass machine failure with the use of her newfound warlock abilities. Yeah, I know Hugle. And they're laughing at me. Now, perhaps maybe too well with their new abilities, the machine spilled out, filtered, and crushed rift glass, creating electric charges on the ground. With the warehouse workers distracted, Zefaris quickly descended a ladder and took a small amount of papers from a seemingly collapsible filing desk, something that was made to be transported. With their time limit closing, the two fled as quickly as possible as Hugle watched on as the electric charge of the rift glass erupted and eviscerated everyone in the building, the resulting energy being a familiar necrotic energy that Hugle has seen before in his time around travelling. Our group fled back to Gosrick's house, quickly detailing the events, and Zero, dismissing herself to the bathroom to decompress, was pestered again by the Watcher, who was very amused at the result of his gifts. The party also learned that the rift glass itself, while dangerous, is still being mined and shipped in legally via a company named Grimwell's Mining and Mineral Co. After more discussion, the party dispersed and all went to different places or places of residence. Zero and Voyage went back to Zero's apartment, where they shared a meal, and we learned more of Voyage's upbringing. Voyage made it known to Zero that he'd been trying to commune with the magical properties of his bow, and Zero led him into a room that he had not yet seen. Well, actually, none of the party at this point had seen yet, which was one of her children's rooms. A successful bartering of wills led Voyage to reconvene with one of the spirits that he met all those months ago, learning that he had in fact been chosen to wield the bow to help re-establish a balance. Hugle himself was delivered to the church by Zefaris, and he convened with a fellow member who allowed him access to items for augury and led him to see Headmaster Ryandel at his request. Hugle relinquished his knowledge of the astral epidemic to the Headmaster, excluding the names of his companions, and for this quest, Ryandel offered him one of 2 magical items for his use until a time where his quest is complete, or they see it is complete. Zefaris moved back to her home to find that it was not empty. Lights indoors showed that it was being ransacked by some of Gribbsy's boys. A stern threat saw them leaving parting gifts, and Zeph smoking downstairs as all of our party found rest. And that is where we return into the next day. It is the day is Donisvin, the 26th day of Swathrin, 983. There you go. Hell yeah.
We have
I wish
snacks.
we had like face cams.
Actually reminds me, I was meant to have
That in itself is a clip. Just the intense stare. The carrot pufferfish.
Anyway. It's good to be back. So, no matter where you are in the city, the cold air hangs and the howling of wind can be heard. The rain of the night before, leaving the city drenched and reflective, and the grey clouds linger, threatening more stormy weather as we move closer to the middle of the Miros year. So we will start with... So we'll start with Zefaris. So we move to your home first. You, I believe, fell asleep on the couch after fixing the busted window and having a cigarette downstairs. But alas, your eyes open, the new day is upon you. I guess you've probably gotten into the habit of being up pretty early, considering with the rest of the party. So we'll say probably around like 8 a.m. Probably be pretty simple for you. But you awaken, the house is cold, dark, empty. What do you want to do?
I think the first thing I'll do is kind of like absent-mindedly, like without, like the first thing you do when you wake up, you know, especially if you're in a similar environment, you kind of just straight away default to your normal routine. So it's going to be wake up, have a shower, go down the kitchen, but when they come back into the kitchen, they're going to kind of realize like, oh shit, that's right, the family's not here, and kind of serve themselves a little small breakfast and just sit in silence for probably about 40 to 45 minutes, just eating, digesting, and then getting ready to go. And once they leave the house, they'll probably leave a couple of lights, or, you know, hopefully a candle that's not going to burn down the house because it's all made of timber.
I was going to say, there's obviously going to be like candelabras that are made of metal, so the wax will catch, and then that'll be that.
Could you imagine if they were like, honey, have a look at my new line of wood candles I carved. It's just logs.
Yeah.
You just fucking you just light them on fire. Look at that. You can get sandalwood. You get oak maple.
I'm torching here.
Where's the fucking
Gabagoo?
But yeah, they'll probably maybe light a candle or something upstairs and then one downstairs, so it kind of looks like someone's home. So I don't think they're going to come back again after what Zeph did the previous night, but just prevent anyone else trying to break in.
For sure.
And then probably from having breakfast, just, you know, getting themselves clean and everything like that, they'll probably head towards the church again to see if Hugle's awake and alive.
Ready to go?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Nice, easy morning. The creaking of the house is a weird crushing feeling because, like, normally the sound of creaks and the moving of wood is like surrounded by the laughter of kids, your mum and dad yelling at each other from two sides of the house, and Gigi trying to stealth past without having no one notice. So for it to be able to hear the house speaking to you without those other noises is like this really stark contrast to what you were raised with.
Yeah.
And it's an odd feeling, I would think, but easy done, and you are able to do so. And so we'll say you do your breakfast, you wait, and eventually you start moving through the streets to eventually link back up with Hugle at the church.
Yeah.
So we'll cut back to Zero and Voyage next, back at the apartment. So Zero, we know that you'd awaken first. Obviously, you have the shortest time frame to rest. What would you do this early in the morning?
Well, she's had a guest stay over, so she would probably try her hand at making a very bland and sad, maybe there's some eggshells in the scrambled eggs, but it's the thought that counts kind of breakfast.
Definitely can do so. So it's, I feel like it'd be this thing. Yeah, you'd start trying to be quiet. And you're trying to be quiet, and you're getting the eggs, and you're like trying to crack them in the bowl and stuff, and you look and you can slowly see like the light of the sun coming through the clouds, and you're like, nah, fuck him. And you start getting shit together and putting it together.
Voyage wakes up.
Yeah.
What is going on here? Breakfast!
Breakfast! But that's exactly how that happens. So, Zero begins to try and put a thought, as we call it, a thought that counts breakfast together for the both of you, and you awaken to the smell of cooking food and some sort of war going on in the kitchen.
I would like to first initially point out the second that anything considering the smell of food began to come from the kitchen, dog apparated beside you. He was just there. You didn't even hear him coming. He just
It's like
Jeez. You guys are animals.
Can you give that a tiny twist so it's more between both of them, just so Josh is... Yeah, cool.
There we go.
but eventually Voyage does come out. But it's in that sense of, this smells good. But whatever that tone is there, smells weird. So I'm gonna try and pretend I don't smell that.
when you like come out to the kitchen, like Zero's like a fucking mess, like the hair's tied back, she's got like fucking shit on her face, and then she turns around and she's like, oh, it's like leaning against the, you're awake. I made it, and she slides the plate, burnt bread. Scrambled eggs are looking sparse. There's eggshells in them. There's seasoning though. Where we season.
We don't know what it is though.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you which one.
Yeah, that
Is
smells
it
alright.
gunpowder or pepper?
You have to bite in, son, and find out. There's the only thing that looks like half decent is the cured meat, because it simply just came and went straight. And even then, obviously her knife is blunt, because you can see where it like started off as it tearing, and then you can just see she's got bang, 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 like losing her shit. And then she like smiles. I have made you breakfast.
Thank you very much. He takes it. Cured meat first. Burnt toast.
If you're rolling a deception, I'm rolling an insight. Oh, fuck!
That worked.
Wait, no, I have advantage on that.
You have advantage on insight.
Still no good.
It's great. It's fantastic. No issues. He's just enjoying his breakfast.
You can see that like Zero's like, oh, it must have been good. I must have been as shit as I thought. Then she just goes back to cleaning up.
Mother of the year.
Sips from her number one mum mug.
Why do I imagine the camera pans down to dog licking his lips right now?
Every now and then there's just his hand that gets the eggs.
I love that dog so much.
And then the dog's like,
Stop! God damn it.
Just dissolved the shells. You're fine.
After a bit though, when she's done cleaning up, how did you sleep? Was it all right?
Yeah, it was a good sleep. It wasn't a pull-out couch.
Yeah. Those suck.
How about you?
Oh, just the usual. You know, little power nap for a couple of hours, and then it's get up and go again. You didn't get a visitor or whatever it is you were trying to gnaw with.
I mean, not while I was asleep. That happened.
Yeah. No prophetic dreams?
Tries to imagine what a prophetic dream might be in comparison to his normal gay boy dreams.
Just like a T-pose dragon descends from heavens. Kiss yourself.
I don't know how to react to that one. I'm gonna
The
choose
next
just
roll
to
you
say-
make is a disadvantage. I don't care what it is. I don't care what it is.
Time out. Get in the corner.
What is it T-posing?
It's wings and
Okay. So it's like a. So it's like an extra stick in the middle. It's like
yeah.
Next roll you make is with disadvantage. I don't care what it is. I'm gonna punish you. Give me a fucking biscuit. I'm mad. I'm hungry.
You've got the ADHD sugar. What do you say?
I didn't give anything.
Breathe.
No one makes me laugh like me.
It's true.
I really want a shirt with that
Yes.
cartoon of you doing this. No one makes me laugh like me.
Check out the shot. No one makes me laugh like me shirt.
First drop. Yeah.
With Skye's face on it. Anyway.
We'll just use the the little emoji you did.
Hell
Yeah, the laughing emoji. That's amazing.
Anyway.
Anyways.
After that sidetrack.
Ooh.
I was informed during that. You called it a meditation.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 'cause you
No, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah.
I was informed during that meditation that maybe whatever dead thing it wants me to kill, dragon apparently.
What?
What? Dog? What?
I'm.
Yeah, you're right.
Dog.
I might be losing my hearing in my old age. Just have to repeat that for me.
I just figured we could take care of it when we go and take on the undead vampire.
Yeah, what are we taking on? What? The
It's
dead?
just another undead creature.
Yeah, what? I can be what?
Dragon.
Listen, okay? I know that you do not want to be comedian when you grow up, okay? Your jokes are poor. It's a bad joke, not funny. It's a joke, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there is no undead dragon, right?
Oh, definitely not.
No, because that would be, I mean.
Roll the fucking deception check.
Oh yeah, okay, no, that's better. So we're gonna go. Okay. 18.
It's a 2.
Yeah, that's gonna be
Yeah, there's no undead dragon. Sweat.
Like,
It's raining on
playing
his
with your
plate.
food.
Are you fucking serious?
Someone should close that window. That breeze is just horrific. Tumbleweed.
One time I show you how to fucking meditate, and then you're like, oh, there's an undead dragon. What the fuck?
The stick refers down the hall to where his bow is still Over there.
Immaculately shiny.
Yeah.
That's just you that has to deal with it, right? We don't have to deal with it, do we? That's just you, right?
Yeah, no, this is definitely just a me problem.
Yeah, because it's not gonna come this way, right? Wherever it is.
Sweat. He doesn't know.
Sweat. Really doesn't want to deal with a fucking undead dragon.
It's okay, it'll be fine. Maybe.
I don't mean to alarm you, but in the history of historians taking down notes and stories of dragon slaying, never has anybody beforehand gone, it'll be fine. Ever.
Doesn't feel like now's the right time to bring up tales of Dad's adventures.
Okay, alright, no, we got time, right? We don't have to nip
no,
down
we
the bud
got
right
all
now.
the time in the world.
It just gets worse the more it goes on.
Swear to God, you're not gonna be seeing any fucking dragon because I'm gonna strangle you in your sleep, my fucking self.
Cool, then it's someone else's problem.
Fuck me!
The morning continues on. And eventually, do we have an agreement as to where everyone was going to meet? Was the idea to go back to Zero's and you guys will link up back together?
For some reason, I feel like we were supposed to meet at Goss's place.
So do I.
Yeah, same.
That might be the case. I unfortunately don't have it noted down from last episode.
I didn't know. I was gonna before. I didn't make a note, but I feel like that was the plan.
Yeah, no,
and
well,
if
That
not,
was in
Place.
my head from the get-go, was to
Yeah,
pitch
of course it
the
was in
back
your head,
up,
mate.
and then just basically like, let's go back to Gotham.
Yeah, proximity-wise to the warehouse place that we were
Yeah.
going to, his is the closest place, I believe, if you cut across.
Yeah.
So,
I think you might be right. Well, we'll go with that. We'll go with that.
Yeah, let's go to
Editing
Goss's.
on the fly. So,
Let's go to Goss's.
Oh, yeah.
you guys, by this point, it gets to about like 8:30, and you guys are able to finish up and then go on your way.
Mhm.
And we'll cut back to Hugle. Although you slept in relative quote-unquote comfort, the cold light of the morning hits differently in the light of the revelations that were made to you the night before. As you awaken, is there anything that you seek to do as you wake up, prep your kit, get ready to leave?
has a, takes advantage of the environment he's in, says a prayer at the altar, and goes looking for Ryandel to claim his gift.
Ryandel is down with everybody else in like the small little offshoot mess hall where acolytes can eat in the morning. And you find, and he sits there, like, again, just in the simple garb, the shirt and the trousers from the night before. And he sits there, and he's at the end of the table, and there's a multitude of acolytes, clerics, paladins, all sitting around him, just having chats. Older humans, some dwarves, and some elves as well. And you go to him, and he sees you, and he and actually excuses himself from the table to segment himself away. He goes, "Good morning. How did you sleep?"
That was a comfortable bed. I've thought more on what you offered yesterday.
Yes.
I think the pin would work nicely for me.
Wonderful. See me in my office in 10 or so minutes, and I can reward you with that.
Thank you kindly.
You're welcome. And for the sake of time, he finishes his breakfast, and you meet him back in his office again with the desk, his bed, and the cabinet. And he opens that cabinet up again, and he hands you the small lapel pin with the raven skull on it. And did I send you the digital card for that?
Yeah, you did.
I just haven't added it to D&D Beyond yet for you. But you are gifted with the lapel pin, which is known as the cover of Corvus, and you can have that. You can read it out to the group if you want, or you can keep it to yourself to reveal at a later date. Entirely up to you, but it's a spicy little treat.
It'll come out to play.
Wonderful.
So yeah, Hugo will take that and basically has a nice little metal pin and just pin that onto his shirt. Going with the rest of the aesthetic that he's already got going on. Says his thank yous, and I'll keep you informed as we find out more of what's going on.
by all means, reach out if there's anything I can do for you.
Yes, that would be perhaps be a beneficial friendship to have someone on the outside, and myself and the other people of the order on the inside of the walls. If anything gets too unexplainable, I might relay some information. One of the many clerics here could message you for me. But I think this will be the best way to move forward.
I'm here to serve.
As am I, and as are all of we. But best of luck to you, and best wishes on your travel. And I hope the rest of your party is safe and well, and you
For now.
succeed. Death comes with everybody.
We're all mortal.
Yes. And with that, you are able to leave. Now, you go to leave, and again, the street is wet and the courtyard's drenched. The galaxy flowers that you planted and you drew crafted before have now taken like firm root and are starting. You can see where the green's starting to spread through the cobblestone street and tiles and stuff in the courtyard of the church. The giant stone edifice of the Raven Skull looking down at you as you leave. What did you want to do before you? Is there anything else? Sorry, is there anything else you wanted to do before you proceeded off to Gosrix?
I'd probably just hang out the front and sort of have a little prayer
I'll wait for Zefaris.
for toward like with around the flowers though, like a more of a prayer and a meditation on the family left behind and wait for Zefaris.
So we'll say by that it's probably a good maybe hour and a bit because you'd be up pretty early I think with the church because they're always up pretty early, and probably. Roll a d20 for me. Let's see what you get.
3.
Yeah, okay. So as you, after about an hour and 10 minutes, you look up and you can see Zeph off in the distance. It's pretty obvious to see your friend now comparatively to other people, like tieflings, dwarves, humans, and all have pretty set skin tones, but being a changeling has grey skin by the standard, so pretty easy to spot out in a crowd, and you guys have become quite close, so you understand. But you can see Zeph off in the distance, and Zeph you can also see. Hugle, even though sometimes you lose him as people walk in front of the camera, and you're like, hold up.
No,
and you
just-
try to look for him. Yeah.
Get out of my son's sight, bitch.
As you stand there and wait, in the back of your mind you hear that high-pitched whistling noise that you normally hear leave when you cast Sending. It's the pre-message echo fills your ears before the words form into something else. Swale, it's your dad. Your sister told me you reached out. It's good to hear you're okay. How you doing?
He pauses for a second and sort of chokes a little bit.
It's great to hear your voice. I'm well. I'm learning a lot. But I miss home.
The whistling leaves, and you wait for the response. And it comes back. Your dad's a cleric as well, so obviously he has a limited amount of times he can communicate, but you get one coming back, and he goes, "Well, it's better to be learning than it is to be doing nothing. It's lonely without you here, but we're getting by. Have you been safe?"
Safe is a relative term. I'm doing my best. I've found others that protect me, and I protect them. Like I hope you're protecting everyone back home.
Message leaves. And the last one comes back, because we all know your father would rather exhaust the chance to speak to you than not. And why are you doing this? Mac doesn't want to cooperate. He sends a message in and goes, "That's good to hear. It would be good to see you at some point before the year is out. There are people here that I think need to see you. Maybe make some time, if you can. Love you, son." That message.
I'll do my best. I miss you all. I love you all. Give Mum a kiss for me. And make sure my garden's doing alright.
The message leaves. I would like. Do you think it would be obvious to someone on the outset that Hugle was having some sort of magical interaction, like on his face? You know, like sometimes when people like learn to communicate telepathically for the first time, they don't know what's happening.
I feel like if Zeph can see me, she can tell that I've just suddenly my demeanor's dropped a bit.
Kind of like you're spaced out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's kind of a hit of realism, you know, like normally Hugo puts up a front and that sort of has dropped away.
Yeah.
He's probably daydreaming a little bit of home.
And by this point, you guys come together at the front of the church.
Shakes it off. Good morning. And the smile creeps back over his face.
Where'd you go there?
Just thinking of home.
I think out of everyone, I'd probably understand the most, along with Voyage. I guess we all probably would, but did you hear anything from them, or you just thinking?
Since I saw you last, I've spoken to my sister and my dad.
Everyone's all good at home?
They want to see me again, but it doesn't seem like there's any emergencies.
Who knows, maybe we'll make it happen. Hopefully this shit show that we're in will breeze a lot quicker than we think.
I can only hope.
Yeah, well, it's better to be on the positive side. That's something you've taught me.
I like that.
Let's get back to Gosses. I'm sure the others will be there soon.
Yes, let's get back to Gosses.
Just grabs my head as we start walking alongside. Don't you start. I get enough from 0.
Mixes his hair up.
Like a fucking claw machine.
Like, ah!
When I've got to move faster in the crowds, just...
Yoy, 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 yoy.
Do you reckon his feet sound like Marvin the Martian?
Trying to keep up, probably.
So we cut now to our incognito for our friend Sebastian. So you separated from the party in an attempt to garner more information, and basically, as an attempt to, you know, show the party that you're in to do the work, you use the smoke and mirror, you disappear, and you ran off. And the rest of the party, you did what you guys did at the warehouse. So we'll cycle back a little bit. Oh,
My apologies, sorry.
No,
No,
you're
I
okay.
should be on silent.
You followed a cart of stock that exited the warehouse seemingly by magical means. But we won't discuss that too deeply until we're at a side point where you decide you want to share that information. But you garnered a fair bit. So we'll cut back to basically when you dipped from the warehouse, like you followed that cart, went to the other neighborhood and go, okay, I think I've got enough. I'll go home and I'll dip and we'll reconvene at a later date. When you arrived home, was there anything you would have done arriving home that night, going into the morning to go link back up with the party?
Other than like speak with Olivia, I don't think Sebastian would have done too much. He would have started to in the night start like take the disguise kit thing, start breaking that, resetting that, and reforming it. You can see now he's adding some more phosphorescent lights to something. These little blue lights that seem to explode, and then a few seconds later contract around something.
Sick.
And as he's watching that motion of it, and as he's in the midst of doing it, I think he probably works a bit too late and just from the night of it falls asleep at the desk.
Yeah, you wake up with your tools still in your
Yeah,
hands. Like,
there's no blood in his hands in the morning, and he has to just.
ugh.
As he's looking at it, though, he kind of stares at the now unfinished sort of contraption, and he pauses. The machine doesn't turn unless someone's at the controls. Okay. All right. And as he's going, he starts making a couple of favorite notes, and you see he draws these two separate sort of compartments in like a little book and takes note of it, closes that, and gets himself together and heads out to where Gostrix is.
Lovely. Now, because I don't believe it got spoken last episode, because obviously you weren't here and we were trying to keep the flow going, and I'm not that good at playing other PCs. We'll say that the agreement was, unless it was spoken on camera, that you would link back up with them in the morning
Somewhere, yeah.
as well, and we'll just make it easier like that. So that's easy enough to do.
One question.
Yes.
Because I looked back at the remnants of the thing. Did the building from the outside, was damage made from inside, or would there be like...
The damage was all inside, but as you guys left, I believe I might have spoken it, but we'll say, you know what, actually make a history check with advantage for me, and I'll give you a little bit on top of that to add to it.
10... Plus 0, 10.
With a 10, you looked back enough to see the smoke start to seep out from under the doors. The base enchantment that was on the building was that it negated sound exiting, so it was like silence, but only on the physical building itself, which is stuff that like high-end wizards can do. But that's
We didn't leave a
basically it.
crater in the middle of...
No. The block is still there. The buildings are still there.
Yeah.
But when Voyage was like, time to go, and just yanked you, you saw like a coming out from under the doors. The knights hadn't even noticed yet.
Yeah.
So that's basically it. But if there was nothing else, we all will reconvene as everyone moves to Gosrick's house. Citizens can be seen adorning heavy cloaks and coats over their everyday garbs. The cold air threatening sickness to those not properly covered, starting to get colder in the year. The cobblestones sing with the sound of water droplets still adorning every square foot as your boots and stuff clack on the water. The little pitter-patter of water running off into the lower paths and getting washed into the undercity storage. Yes.
I have one quick question.
Yes.
Your red glasses.
Yes.
Would you have been wearing them while you were making breakfast? Just out of curiosity. I don't know why. Just...
That's a good question. Probably, because A, she normally doesn't make breakfast, and B, like the first thing she does when she wakes up is put her glasses on.
Perfect, thank you.
To help with the sunlight.
Oh yeah, she fucking hates that shit.
Yeah.
She's still not used to it.
The clouds help though, but
Yeah,
still,
oh hell yeah.
Like when those overcast days where the clouds make the sun worse, and you're like, ugh.
Yeah, she puts like another second red pair of glasses on. Oh yeah.
Just thicker lens.
Gets the big ball eyes.
What do you mean?
So, eventually, I'd say everyone coming from different points of the city, you meet just outside Gosrick's actual apartment building, and everyone links back up the following morning. So you guys, all four of you come together, and then Sebastian is the last one to link up with you guys back from his little escapade, and we're all together again. So I hand it off to you before we continue.
As soon as we see... Oh, thank God you weren't in the building.
No, I was. What happened to the building?
Wait, you were in the building?
Well, I went to another side of the building and I was following something that exited.
Oh,
So, yeah, I could have gone in, but I didn't.
I didn't even think about that.
No,
he just
I noticed.
He just disappeared, and I was like, oh, well, he's in
Who knows?
your God's hands now.
Some stuff blew up.
You described that large sort of machine in the volatile-looking thing.
That blew up.
Oh, the building's still standing then.
The outside?
Yeah.
That is, wow, strong supports. Aye, wow. Right, so, that's unique. I can let you know what I found first, but perhaps you will seem to have a much more interesting, or more dramatic, perhaps.
Maybe we.
Let's go inside.
Yes.
Aye, that's good.
Your
No,
story
I
sounds
agree.
way cooler than mine.
No, I was about to say, wow, that's just...
It doesn't boring. Boring.
You knock on the big iron door, and it seems, I'll give this to everyone for free. It seems you guys basically just forced Gosrick's body clock to be on the same time. Yeah. Because by the time you hear it, the feet to the door are much quicker than normal.
That means no
dresses
more
tonight.
catching him unsuspected in a loincloth or something.
We'll just have to change
No.
our schedule.
Door opens, and he's dressed.
Damn it!
But
Nice.
he but the locks unhook, and he opens the door. And by this, he doesn't even like wait to stand in the door to acknowledge people. He just opens it and steps to the side, and just waits for everyone. to
Just
pause.
barging it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just straight in.
As Zero walks past, she's gonna be like, so, Are they gonna move into yours, or are you gonna move into theirs?
Sit your ass down.
Very well, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. How we?
Sebastian has a story to tell. We have no story to tell.
I'm sure I can.
Unless you miraculously
We
remembered
already-
more things that
we
you
already
didn't tell me
told
yesterday.
Gus.
Oh.
Oh.
You told Gus.
We did, didn't we?
So he already knows. There you go. Well, there you go.
You have something to contribute.
Well, let's see. Let me know. Hopefully I got everything here, but to what I remember,
Yes.
it looks like essentially I followed a track through. One of the walls was sort of illusory, and the cart managed to move through. It was an exit we hadn't seen before. But following that through, it sort of went through the streets to eventually reach a restaurant in the precinct, maybe one over from there. They were delivering, I assume, the astral through these sorts of wine barrels to a cellar under there. That was as much as I saw, but I can presume that this is a pretty widespread sort of thing. And this is what interests me about this, and something I sort of had a thought about just this morning, actually, as I was trying to redevelop something. Everything is still working as far as astral production and distribution. In fact, it seems faster. Despite this, we know that over the last, so many weeks, let's say, the leaders, the organizers of this supposed astral precinct and deal and organized initiative are dying. Killed off. What I think is happening here is that this private security task force isn't trying to end astral production. Otherwise, I assume it would have been more hampered. My theory is that they're changing the leadership. Who is in control of the astral? In a sense here, we might be fighting a different fight to the security task force here. Our fight is against astral itself, the prevalence of it. Whereas the security task force here might be dealing with who is in control of astral. The machine is still tiny.
takeover of sorts.
Potentially, yes. Very aggressive. Leads me to believe, if that's the case then, we have the potential to find, what I would suggest is find more allies, as subtly as we can. Essentially people a bit like Ghostrick here, or in general, people who are against astral, fundamentally, and people who are also potentially maybe part of the sect. People who are not alright with their people being murdered, their co-workers, so easily. This implies that there's a mole, right?
Can I have the two crooks roll history checks, and I'll give you advantage as well, because you basically got Sebastian giving like this train of thought, and you guys got each other with you.
Well, we have an ally in the Church
17.
of Corvus.
The Church of
17.
Corvus, right? That's you're connected to them.
Yes.
So with the
Okay.
17 on both, which is great. Probably more so, because you kind of watched as astral really became a thing, and Zeph, you probably because you've crossed paths with like lower end criminals within the sect that are younger as well. There are some people that are against it. You know what I mean? Like there was instances where some people were like, no, that's too much. Like you're introducing another unstable compound that threatens like the status quo of like just people existing. That can't be right. It's not good. We're pushing the boundary too far of what we can do. And then some people are like, no, money's money. If someone's dumb enough to take it, they're dumb enough to buy it. That's on them. I'm just supplying the demand for it.
Yeah.
So it's not a reason. Sebastian is right. There are some instances where people weren't for it. That's very true. It's very true. Even in the sect.
There's some. We'd be able to find some.
My concern to you would be being very discreet about it. Because what we know is that this security task force not only has such an intricate knowledge of this system in the sect and the astral, that they can pinpoint the exact kingpins or leaders of those movements and wipe them out. Which means whoever is feeding this security force information has an intricate knowledge of the sect.
I still think it's fucking Tess.
It's very possible. But why would the question I have about that is, she must have a motivation for changing the hands so quickly to herself.
Money,
Perhaps.
power.
Perhaps.
She's a fucking very simple gal.
She's been known to perhaps stab ruthlessly her co-workers in the back.
Look, I'll tell you, that bitch has 2 fucking brain cells and they're fighting for 3rd place.
Fair enough.
The
was
aggressive,
fucking
the
good.
aggressive. Listen, yeah.
No, I agree.
Well, if you think about it this way, if Tess basically puts Astra on the street as quickly as possible as she can, and as much as she can, that means there's less people that are going to fight her for it. So if she basically gets rid of the majority, even though the majority of the people aren't exactly, strong-willed people or anything like that, that's just more people that she can basically have control over. She can control those people that are addicted to that and basically make them do her bidding.
My wondering is, how is Tess even allowed in the sect? Surely she's breaking, rules or a code that people follow, some sense of honor.
It doesn't seem like they have much of that.
Not even like a guild of, philosophy.
What?
Like a don't shoot me, I won't shoot you sort of
No.
thing.
Honor died a long time ago in this city.
If we find some old school sunken sect, like I'm talking the kind of sunken sect man, the kind of headhunters who taught me how to be a headhunter, old school, maybe we would find a handful of people among them. But this new age sunken sect, money's money to them.
Then perhaps we appeal to that. We need to find interests that align with ours, that appeal to people's selfish desire for such things, power and money. There are people right now that are probably under threat from all of this. Perhaps
Well,
we
I
can-
have one thought. The amount of guards we've seen involved in this situation, and there being an official group of people out there trying to stop it. Unless Tess is involved in the council, this seems something more official.
I
You're not
think
wrong.
Tess is involved in the council.
I think she has connections.
She's taken the high profile deal. Very big high profile deal. It's kept her away from the money bags and the sunken sect for months on end now. Unless you're getting paid big fucking bucks and you've got guarantee and you've got security, sunken sect members don't normally do that. And not only that,
What happens when I get back from the bathroom?
No, fuck you, you'll never know.
Fuck you too.
Fuck you!
Suppose
Fuck you,
it depends
Brad!
on
Fuck you!
Siblings.
We're on a tight ship here.
Yeah.
but my son has also managed to find documents of there being big payouts
Right.
to certain unknown third parties labeled under security. And I don't know if all of that necessarily has to do with the new security force. I think a lot more of these webs are intertwined than what is presenting to us at the moment.
Perhaps. All I know is that I can't shake the feeling that in either situation, I think we are currently the only, as far as I can tell, some of the few people that are trying to stop Astral altogether. For the most part, it seems that people are just trying to get, like you described, money and power on a much bigger scale.
If Astral is connected with the council, trying to look at the perspective of a greedy council member, for instance, what's the easiest way to control the people by giving them a drug that they can't control themselves? Basically, giving them a substance that removes all those brain cells, all those choices, and they become addicted to it. You give them more, they will keep following.
You're just going to create slums at that point.
Exactly.
Man, Crossroad pops up on that and he goes, yeah, even when I was a kid, they just called it snuff. It was just powder made from plants. And that would just get you high as shit, and some people couldn't live without it. But, times change, people outgrow it. And then this stuff comes along in a matter of years
Yeah.
and completely turns the city upside down. I can't tell you how far out it's gone to the rest of the country, even the rest of the world. I don't know.
Door of the masses.
No, there's something that makes no sense. Why would someone at the tippity fucking top of the tower want to rattle the fucking foundations of their infrastructure? It'll collapse in on itself. No, this is
Someone has to build up from the ashes then.
Someone's trying to get rid of the shitty old foundation that's there and replace it with something new. I think that this astral run-through, should someone from the council be running it, I think they're trying to not make slums. I think they're trying to fucking decimate the slums. I think they're trying to get rid of the poor, the working class. If everybody down here in the slums fucking ODs and they stay drugged and dumbed down.
Well, I've never seen a place with so many people. It gets to a point where, how do you maintain?
What if it's a cleansing?
Yes, a calling.
And also the problem with that is there are high-profile people that also use this substance.
Well, if you think about it as well, they are fighting with their sister city on being number one. I would not be surprised if they use this sort of drug to basically cleanse and rebuild and be better. Because from what I've known of the history of this city, along with the sister city, it's basically constantly been a battle between the two of who's the best.
And that's probably not intentional as well. Higher profile people using it. I mean, sure, there's going to be cases and it's going to happen, but that's not the aim, is the higher profile people using it.
No, it does stem into the issue of being a problem drug addict is generally only a problem for the poor people.
Exactly.
Because the rich man always has the money to get the rich man's things. But the poor man will do dangerous things to get the money to feed the rich man's addiction.
Hence your control you were talking about.
I think some of these might be more intertwined than we first realized, but
And there's money.
Yep.
Ooh. I remember farms back home of poppies. You don't get to use them in our town, but others buy them. People will trade a lot for a fleeting high.
that was a big one when I was younger. Poppy plants. But with plants, it's a little bit. With plants in cities and small townships, that's easy to manage. You know, you just make sure. But the problem is when you got a city that's bigger than 8 townships over, how do you pinpoint it? How do you get it down? I've been here long enough. I know a lot of people. I know a lot of how this city works, and I couldn't begin to tell you where half these labs are, where half this stuff is getting out to people.
So, perhaps we look at this from another perspective. We can keep cutting the... If this is in this hypothetical situation, if this is a hydra and we're cutting the heads, maybe we need to find the heart. Maybe we need to find that material that everything this astral's made from. They gotta be sourcing it from somewhere.
We know
I
where.
don't know where.
Okay. That's really
You work with rocks.
Aye.
Do you import minerals? Do you buy them?
Guilds usually import specifics for components and things like that, but
Have you, being in that world, ever heard of Grimwells?
Grimwell. Have I heard of?
You have heard of Grimwells. They're quite reputable. They're very good at their jobs.
Yeah, Grimwell's
That
pretty
seems
common.
to be where it's coming from.
Oh. Okay.
At least that's what was stamped on the barrels inside.
It was stamped on the papers.
All right. Yeah, they're well known. Okay. We could try and go for that. I suppose we need to ask ourselves, what's our primary goal here? To end Astral entirely? Or to expose the people? What should be our first step on this? Or even perhaps dealing with removing the private security task force? There's sort of like 3 separate goals here.
Preferably a domino effect.
Okay.
I don't think we'll ever end it entirely.
Yeah.
No.
At least a way to slowly take them down bit by bit by eventually, you know, just taking out the main components. Like, if we go to these miners and who's to say that they're actually not, they're just innocent parties? You know, what do we do then? That's a dead end. The only real, like, yes, we can go and we can discuss some things with them, see why they're distributing it, but who's going to say that they're not going to tell us?
Right.
There'll be another cluster elsewhere.
The miners are
Exactly.
just importing a magical ore.
Whatever they're told.
Oh, excuse me. We need to find out who is conscripting the miners. We need to find out who's, if they are an innocent party, holding the gun to their head, so per to say.
Oh,
Or who's commissioning them?
Do we have those notes? Those papers?
Which ones? There's so many.
The papers with the Grimwell mining one.
Yes. Got them, yes.
Yeah.
If we've got them, you have. Was it?
Tess.
No, the other individual, your son. So it starts with the.
Yeah.
Valorous.
Oh, yeah.
Valorous, Val. Doesn't Val have the ability to recognize handwriting?
He is pretty good at that.
So even if you can just find a correlation, I would suggest, even if you want me to make a copy of it, send that to him.
I hate the fact that I can do that really well.
It's really good. Yeah, no. I feel like it's on the table.
The blue glow from the stone, and eventually picks up. But it's like 10 in the morning, like ish, give or take.
Yeah.
I bet everyone links up maybe 9:30, and he's like, "Oh, hello. Oh, good morning.
My God! Have you slept in?
No, a day off.
So you've slept in!
Am I not allowed to stay in bed on my day off?
The sun is hiding behind the clouds. Everything is dark and dreary. You should be making the most of this awful, awful day.
You fully just disconnected me from Wi-Fi for a second.
That's about as good as it gets around me.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, no, that's it.
This is classified a good day for that.
There's only 2 awfuls. It's a good day.
If I didn't get killed, today's a good day. He goes, yes, but also day off, slept in, been staying up late copying all of the papers that you gave me.
Oh, sweet pea. Oh, you're so good. I have another one to give you, pretty please.
Sure, I had nothing planned.
Oh, my little homebody boy, always doing nothing with no friends. Yes, very good for mama.
I went for the best.
Fuck you.
Spasibo, mom.
7 spits for an enemy, Lilith. I have a favor to ask. We have some documents. You don't need to copy anything. We can just give these documents to you. We just want to see if you see any sort of anything written in the same hand or a similar hand. I know that you have a good eye for it. If I can hand these documents over to you at some point, could you possibly keep your eyes out for it?
I can do that. That's not the problem. I have to come and see you anyway. I have invitations for you.
That's right.
That happened. That's very quick. I work in the building where they come from. This is very fast. I don't think I can tell you how fast this is.
Just like his mother. I'm fast as fuck, boy.
I work more fast.
All right. No, perfect. Fantastic. Where's somewhere convenient for you?
How about I meet you like a little bit later tonight? I can get up and do what I need to do and copy the last of these other documents you gave me, and then I'll get the invitations. Because I'm at home and I'll go to the office, get that, and I'll meet you later tonight, in the evening.
Okay, yes. Just back at mine?
No?
All right. And thank you again. I know I have asked a lot of you lately, and I know I said that I was going to keep you out of my business, but I'm only asking because I think this business is a lot closer to you than what I think it might be, and I want to get to the bottom of it, just to make sure that you're safe. I need to have at least one kid alive and well.
Hard silence for about 10 seconds. And obviously, because you can't see on the other end of a sending stone, you just hear it. And the blue glow is still there. Okay. I will, I'll give you a yell on the stone when I'm leaving the office.
All right, and remember, trust nobody, stick to the shadows, and stay alive.
Don't get stabbed, yes, all of that.
Yes.
Okay, I'll get going. Love you. Mwah.
Love you too, bye.
Stone goes dark.
He hung up on me.
Doss is just standing there just like,
What?
Damn.
Anybody would be lucky to have me as a fucking mother.
You jag off.
Yeah. Hold to
If this is how mothers are, I'm glad I only have fathers.
What the fuck did you say?
No?
Hey, I was blessed. I didn't have either.
Whoa.
Life's good.
Tough crowd.
No one.
Looking up at everyone like,
Yeah, lumps this one in with the rest was like, he's got 2 dads.
oh! Like how much I don't need a mum, and he's just like, I miss home.
God damn it.
All right. So I suppose where do we think this investigation will lead us next? Shall we start preparing perhaps for that gala event that we also have ticketed in?
How many days away is that now?
You'll have a concrete day when you get the invitations, but probably within the next 4.
Damn, time's moving slowly. I need that gala. I
feel
need it now.
I feel like the gala's getting further away.
Yeah, I know. It's like one of them like fucking like inverted Zoom things where like you look, but it's got
got dolly zoom. But also, you got to remember, every episode that we've done so far, we've actually ended in the next day, except for episode 10 to 11.
Dang.
That was 1 day. Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna go to sleep.
Right now.
4-day
Damn
nap,
it.
4-day nap. Yep.
4-day nap?
Knock me out!
Ghost, can you feed dog? 4-day nap.
Grabs him by like, the back of his head. And he's not green, is he?
He's red.
He's red.
Wait.
What do you mean? Huh?
What the fuck?
That's not dog, that's douche.
That's Doge.
What about this one?
No.
With the layering of how the red and red would work,
Yeah.
it looks the same shade as the green.
Yes, because red cancels out green. I would know. I drive with red shades and I can't see when the lights go green and traffic stops.
I'm just here playing with colour theory, not breaking the law.
Breaking the law, breaking the law.
Cut that out!
In the days leading up to it, I have 2 options for a lot of you as far as something I can try and bring with me to the actual gala event. One of those would be maybe a pair of small talkers.
He's like you.
The other
He's
is if I can
red.
procure it, I'm looking along
he
enough,
breathe fire?
a spell called Detect Thoughts. I don't have it myself because it's not typically an invented
breathe.
sort of thing. But if I can find a scroll of that, there's a way I can essentially use
Goss.
it so that perhaps, essentially, I can detect people's thoughts just on surface level without them knowing.
Well, we definitely need to be aware that we're not getting weapons in there.
Yes. I think that would be handy. I think
That is true. Though you are probably you people are probably the sharpest I know as far as reading people and understanding them.
I can read, my brain is gone.
She can
Body
read,
language.
everybody.
I can read.
Body language?
Yeah, that's the one. It just left.
Mannerisms.
Yeah, I can read people's body language and, how they act around people and stuff. But reading thoughts and stuff, no. Someone
read
could.
thoughts. Right now, you are thinking. I'm going to say of a person.
Goss just starts sweating.
They are
quick,
tall
burn off his
and they are
clothes.
scaly, and they're naked.
Quick.
Oh, filthy!
Ah,
Filthy!
how did you know?
bright red cheeks, smoke coming out his nose.
Should we give them some space?
Please, no.
Sorry, I can't hear you over the sound of everyone saying yes.
I
We
would-
should give them some space.
I wouldn't want to intervene,
But I think that would be a good idea.
Which one? The
Absolutely.
Detect Thoughts one?
Yes.
I'll see what I can find. No guarantees, but I'll see if someone can procure it from somewhere.
Oh, look, we'll take whatever we can get, surely.
What were those little gadget thingies that?
Oh, small talkers.
Yeah.
Like a radio device. Communication, sort of like the sending stone thing.
So walkie-talkies.
Yes, walkie. Well, you don't have to walk to use them. I suppose that could be a name.
Okay.
Maybe it's because you can walk whilst you use them.
Oh, that's a good point.
I hate you all.
Can you walk while using a sending stone?
No.
Shut
I
up.
can't.
Shut up.
You have to stay still for the reception.
If you think about it,
Smart.
it's a stone. You got to stay still because it's so solid and heavy.
Explains why carts are so
So
popular.
if you walk, it might cut out because you might get a little further away.
Oh, I just trip every time I try to use it.
That too. So no, you can't.
I feel like people are going to just fly into the room
Never
at this point.
used a sending stone in
comment.
my
You'll die.
Flatlined on the...
In terms of the talkers, though, I don't know if they would let us bring those in.
No, they're a little bit.
is a fair observation.
They don't quite go with the aesthetic of a.
I mean, speak
No,
for
you're
yourselves. I know exactly where I could put mine. And they
Yeah.
would never know.
Hugle.
Not all of us are that blessed.
Have 3 kids and you will be. Na 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 na.
All 3 of you.
That went dark quickly.
I mean, maybe Zeph could. I mean,
Zeph just
Just inflates.
Gostring actually pipes up for a second and goes,
When Zeph's chest inflates.
when you guys are talking about trying to, like, how you could get, like, weapons and utensils into the thing, he goes, you only have to have one person with clothing big enough. Just get a bag of holding.
Bag of holding.
Do you know where to get a bag of holding? Do you know where to get a bag of holding? What about you? Do you know where to get a bag?
I don't know where we are.
I know where to look.
yeah.
I mean,
Do you actually know where to get? Oh, you know where to get one?
I mean, I can ask around. I know the people who would have it.
That'd
Yeah,
be
any of the
handy.
craft-
I have
any of the
too much
crafting guilds
shit.
could do a commission, or you could find someone that perhaps has imported one in Trader's Bay.
Are they expensive?
Yes.
Shit! I'm tired. I'm tired of being a sugar mommy.
Speaking
Well,
of
that's your
sales,
fault, Mama Moneybags. You're the one that keeps paying for everything.
You know where people would be able to fence objects, I imagine.
Depends on how dirty we talking.
Pulls out one of the elevite crystals.
Well, shit.
Get the turd.
They're making my bag a bit
Goddamn.
lighter at the moment, but that would be an easy exchange.
Now, luckily for you, this is not a heavily illegal compound. You could probably take this to any gemstone place, and they would pay you handsome money for this. I think at this size, because like for you it's like football, but for him it's like, you know, a normal hand-sized piece. I mean, you'll make, you know, let's fucking pull the character out. We'll see if we make it fucking.
You ate the last cookie. That's not Skye anymore, that's Zero. It's just about to kill you.
It checks out. It was Hugle. It's chocolate. It can't. It's not more like us.
Yeah.
Even yeah, okay. He looks at it and he goes, how many of these do you have?
Pulls out 2 more. So total.
You had 4.
Yeah, but I gave 1 to
That's right, you gave one to Sue.
Rindell.
Oh no, Rindell, that's right, yeah. He looks at it and goes, you might be able to get like 250, 300 gold pieces a piece for these.
Oh.
These are decent sizes, man.
That's a lot of money.
That would likely cover at least the bag of holding, I would say.
You should sell them. All of them.
That's the
Or-
idea.
Not to try and sway your decision, but if you find someone that's savvy with Arcanotech like Sebastian, or someone that's more in tune with this, maybe you could get it made into some cool stuff. I don't know. But either way, you're sitting on a lot of money.
Yeah, the bag lessons.
I do also have a question, but this is more of a me asking this question if it's actually feasible before I go and throw Voyage under the bus, you know? Sending stones, do they have a size in which they need to be
No,
to function?
Sending stones are normally just anything that's hand-sized.
So yes, they have a size they need to be hand-sized.
Oh, they don't need to be that. That's just what people.
Can they be
normally
smaller
make
than
them.
that?
Oh yeah, I'd say so. Why not?
So what if we just marble in the if we need to contact each other throughout the night, just as a ballpark idea. Yeah.
Do you ask
Super
that?
sleuth
Is that
spice.
Voyage asking?
Yeah.
Gosford pipes in because he knows a little bit about it. He goes, the only problem with that is there's only ever two, 1-to-1. No one can be linked up together. Sending stones do not work in threes; they only work in twos.
So
We have 2 ear holes. We could do like a bing, 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 bing.
But then there's always going to be one group that aren't connected.
Not necessarily.
If we cross paths,
Yeah, if
enough
we-
Are we
times-
suggesting like multiple sort of ear studs?
So
sort of
I
situation?
get one of
Oh,
zero.
like we've all got like 5
Voyage
earrings.
And you could
one
sort
of
of
I
like
like
depending on
that.
the person.
They
like
get
that.
one, they get one. It's like, oh, Zero said this to Voyage, and then Voyage says it to... Well, it doesn't even have to say it to
No,
Hugle.
5 earrings and we just touch them all at once.
Yeah.
I think that would melt your brain.
I don't know what the long
We're already
effects are.
insane.
Yeah, and then we have them both in the ears, and then it's like we're talking to someone at the gala, and it's like, huh? What? What'd you say? I can't read lips real well.
Let's pencil that one as a
Yeah.
Look, here's the thing. At the end of the day, this gala that apparently you're going to, because he hasn't heard of it. He didn't know you guys were going to a gala.
Oh.
He didn't know. So he goes, if you're all going together, they're not going to be suspected about you guys always
Talking.
linking up and talking to each other. That's you came together. I know that when I'm in a crowd of people, I find the darkest corner I can and I stay away from everyone. I hate having eyes on me. It annoys the hell out of me. So it's not going to be odd if you guys keep linking up with each other and talking to each other at some point through what I assume is going to be a hours-long gala.
Yeah, the only other magic I could think of would be like telepathic bond, which I believe is a relatively high level magic, which would be even more expensive, but that would allow cross communication for that amount of time.
Old fashioned is onto something here.
Just
talking to each other.
God,
What a wild
to each other.
concept!
So you wouldn't need a device to speak to each
It's
other.
not like
is
we're
what it's suggesting.
Groundbreaking,
Yeah, it
really.
is really. I agree. Yeah,
Look, if we decide to break
iPad
into groups,
kids.
I can always go out ascending.
that is true. Let's roll with that then. We could even have sort of like groups and things like that, or people working.
I think that would be wise. 2 spellcasters, separate the 2 parties that way. I think that's always the best bet. So one of you always has someone with you to protect you. And
Or
you-
you're coming as well to make it 6 people, so it's 3 and 3.
Am I coming as well?
I'm sure we should be able to get...
Yeah. Right away. Yep.
I lean over to it. Did she just ask him out on their first date?
Yes. Cheer them on from a distance. Try not to stare at Goss, you'll get scared.
Anyway.
You could
Yes,
hear
Mama.
it 100%.
Yeah, just...
I started looking around and look kind of crazy.
I am sorry to bother you twice in a day.
No, you're not.
You're right. You never know me able to squeeze out maybe a 6th invite. Please. Mommy's so hopeless. She can't count.
Yes. I'm sure I can just forge a copy.
Oh, when Mommy croaks, you're getting all of the inheritance. Because you're also the only kid I can give it to. Love you, bye, Peep.
Can we get a visual of the other end of that phone call ending, please?
Oh, yeah, he's just like...
Yep.
just breaks out into
How
tears.
could this
No,
happen
no,
to
no.
me?
Floyd just goes... He hits his head on the desk, all the papers go up.
It's like one of those faraway shots where you just.
The thing is, he wasn't even at the office, he was at home,
Oh.
going through what he had at home, so he hasn't even gone to the office yet, so he's just like...
You know, I could. If you,
Very
if it would be-
Lilo and Stitch of him.
If it would be easier on him, he could just bring the invites here, and I can try and make one out of just the paper, and use some artifice or tinkering to just replicate it, and then we just copy over it like a trace.
Oh, no, he will get them on
Okay,
the
no.
list.
He's
Thank
got
you, though.
No, it was
You'll
not
get them on the
fun.
actual list.
Not a bad call, though, just in case.
As a bounty.
Yes.
Keep that on the back burner.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
So, all right.
You'll need a suit.
Aye.
I've got a suit.
Does that mean we get to go
You
shopping
too?
again?
I think it's like a.
I can go out and dress nice when I want to.
I haven't even seen you dress nice for a colleague's funeral. What the fuck are you talking about? Are you holding out on me?
Don't have to dress good for criminals. Fixes up his strap on his chest.
Alright, Mr. Ponzi Laddie fucking Dowdy sudden. Okay.
Keep going where you're going, I'll burn those fucking eyebrows off.
No, please do. It's been so long since I've shaved them. I hate doing it.
He's looking at Zeph. His eyes are just fucking beaming. Like,
This is Zeph's reaction. It's just.
may I offer one bit of advice pertaining forward to not the gala? Be very careful about the next steps you take. Because when you walk out the store and you enact any action you do going forward, it's going to be bad. There will be blood, there will be violence, no matter which way you take it. And like I said yesterday, I am here and I will do what I have to keep you all safe, if it means we can make this place just a little bit less shitty. But just please, by the love of the gods, be careful.
We're always careful. Always. So these guys are down. I'm careful as. I am.
Hugo is to like be cool and lean and almost knocks over a vase.
See what I mean?
You can physically see the be careful go in one ear and out the other.
There's it pays
Just
back
into
to
the
it came back
fingernails.
to like Gosrick's brain, just like, oh my god.
Gosrick is literally fucking Scar from Lion King.
Yeah.
I'm surrounded by idiots.
But he does walk up to you as a laugh and punches you in the arm and just go, stay away from the bell towers, huh?
Calm now.
Oh, the steps are wobbly.
Hey, you're the one who fell first. Well, I fell first. You fell harder.
What happened at the bell towers?
It was stairs. It was a bell
Nothing.
tower.
Just the. I will tell you the story if you give me direct eye contact.
I will tell you later. It's very funny.
Funny. Ha ha.
Oh, the first part is anyways, because you almost ate shit. And I saved it.
Shouldn't have brought it up. I feel like that was your fault, buddy.
Yeah, I deserve that.
Yeah.
No, but thank you for that point of advice. We are in quite dangerous territory, so to speak. Considering. So I suppose is our goal from here the gala? Like focusing our attention on that? Perhaps trying to get like an idea of who's going to be going to it?
You'll never know who's going to the gala.
Yes.
Only those who work together that know they've been invited are going to go to those sort of events. At least that's my understanding of it.
Aye. Just seems like we're a bit in the dark with all this. I just feel like we need more people to back us up. Feels like we're so outnumbered.
We always will be. And the other thing with that too is if we try and get more people involved in it, it's just going to be more obvious that someone's trying to do something.
Risk goes
The
up.
less people, the less eyes.
And unfortunately, not all of us have connections within the city to ask for help.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
So.
All right. Well, then we'll do what we can then. But I wanted to ask if we had any other preparations before the gala. Anything we think we should do as far as investigating goes, like those restaurants, those outlets, other factories,
Did you get the name of the restaurant at all?
I think I would have. I don't think I have
I
it on
can't
my
recall
notes.
if I actually sent it to you, but we'll just say Sebastian does know it.
Yeah.
I don't have it for you right now, but Sebastian does have it.
I've got it here.
So, blah blah blah.
Yes, that one.
Alright.
I could eat.
Maybe, yeah, maybe we should go there for lunch.
Could
Just
do
to
that.
see if the food's any good.
What district is that restaurant in?
Did we say in your notes what we were doing, Sebastian?
I don't know. I can quickly double check, but I don't recall. I know I followed it for a bit.
Just because
Bit
it's
of
in a
winding.
half-decent
Allow me
area,
to check.
We can't go and dress like this.
What's wrong with how I'm dressed?
You look like a moving shrub with little legs underneath. You look like you
Yeah?
come from cartoon.
Everyone in this city is so drab.
What's a cartoon?
Actually,
Don't worry about it. I'm looking future.
That
says
must be
here,
something
sense
rich
follow-
people have.
I've got the thing. Do you want me to send you a picture?
Are cartoons a kind of drug that you get in the city?
I think so. Or she's getting into the astral too much. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
While chat's going on, I'll go up to Voyage. Did you paint dog?
I don't know. Wipes his finger on dog.
Something comes up.
Yeah, it's like ashy and somehow there's eggshell.
Ooh. Okay, grab his finger.
How did this happen?
There it is.
Is this not
Even if I can gauge like the level of sort of dress code for the restaurant, like based off what they're saying and stuff, I'll help them, note accordingly.
Well, you see, Zero actually helped last night. I was able to talk to the bow. He's trying not to sound insane, but also
Looks to the
like...
bow. Looks to the dog. Looks back to you. Okay.
And he
Sebastian.
gets nice and close. And he kind of looks at Goss and then looks away like, fuck, I don't need anyone else freaking out about it, but I gotta tell someone what's going on because it's in the same direction. Yeah, it told me I need to kill an undead dragon.
An undead dragon!
Shut up!
What?
This is what I was saying!
Grabs his necklace. I knew there was a reason we met.
And then dog turned red, okay?
Oh yeah, that would.
Oh, good. You can go with him then and deal with the fucking undead dragon.
Well, obviously.
Thank God.
Problem solved.
That sounds like fun.
No! Fun is on a Friday night, going down to the fucking pub, having a couple of beveraginos with the fellas. Killing an undead dragon is not fun!
Also,
That first thing you said doesn't in any way,
That's just
shape, or form
pre-games.
pay homage to my god.
doesn't
That's
that
not fun.
That just
do we define-
pre-games the killing of the dragon.
Well, how do you kill something that's undead?
You just make it even more
I've got a
dead.
few ways.
All right, good. Glad to know that you're.
Try harder.
Don't
Try
know
harder.
about a dragon. I've never seen a dragon. But anything with undead in the title? Yeah, let's fuck that shit up.
I feel like that's maybe a problem for another potential.
Eagle has no idea how scary a dragon is.
No,
Like, he's just like, oh, something undead. Cool.
Alright, before I have an existential crisis, let's put the undead dragon in a box, throw it into the ocean. It's got little concrete blocks around its feet because it owes us
classic.
money.
Classic.
Brutal.
Like, that'd get rid of it, but I don't think it'd...
That is exactly what we are doing. Over the bridge, sinking.
We're gonna have some fun.
Vietnam flashbacks of all the stories of dragons from his childhood, from his parents. Yeah.
I'd say the closest thing to a dragon you may have ever seen would be like a wyvern or something. So he's like, we could figure this out.
Nice. So
Okay.
it's in the Samarki district. Is the that one that we're dealing with? The restaurant, that is, and the particular astral or whatever is being loaded was put in the wine cellar.
Could we get away dressed like this in that suburb? Or would we need to just spruce up a little bit?
No, Sumerki's next to Traders Bay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Residential, a lot of a foodery district, all that sort
Yeah,
of stuff.
sweet.
Like, Zeph would actually probably have a pretty good idea of that place because it's next to Traders Bay, which is where your dad works.
Yeah.
Just
Probably
looking for
been there
excuses to get
before.
all spruced up.
Always.
Find a new husband.
I would say
Always.
you probably didn't know the restaurant by name, but you're like, there's so many there.
Yeah,
like, it's
like-
they're everywhere.
Kind of like you don't know your friend's street name, but you know how to get there.
Exactly right. Yeah, exactly. You'll probably walk there and be like, oh, I know where this is.
I had to wait here when Dad finished work, and then, sit down in a creepy pub, waiting for him to finish. As a kid, that was fine.
As a kid. Oh man, oh man, oh
Dad,
man.
running late again. You want a little spaghetti and meatball?
It's like just standing by the door. Dad, where
Come
are
on,
you,
man.
Dad?
This week's special.
Dad,
I know you like them, dear.
Dad. Really fast walk. Come on now.
I'm going to get it out before like makes my brain go say. The cool thing about being a wizard, man, is you say I'm late, but I'm always right on time. I'm good now.
Father, help.
Mother up!
Boy.
So, yes, Sumerki is where that is.
Yep. We have
Whatever
a
you guys
lunch.
talking about, I'm off in the corner talking to you about this dragon stuff.
Great. I think we can get ready for that lunch then, and we'll go from there.
Well,
Probably
beyond
start
that,
heading over now.
What's the next course of action overall? Besides going to this gala, besides looking at this restaurant, and just looking.
You fucking steal my water?
No.
Roll a
You
deception.
grubby little shit. I heard it. I heard everything. I might have been zoning out, but I saw it all.
I rolled, I guess, like kind of like a deception to hide the expression, but it rolled poorly. When Goss asked that, Zero's thinking she has an idea, but she's not speaking it out loud. She has something she wants to really do, but doesn't want to share it with the rest of the party.
So what did you roll?
I only rolled a 12.
I was going to say, I would have, when that was asked, because I was thinking about things you've been wanting to do, I rolled a 15, so...
Goss rolled a 7 because he's got a -1 because he's a fucking dummy.
My passive is 17.
What? Your insight?
Oh, no, perception.
I was about to fucking say, you're just reading...
Insight's 14, so...
Oh, God, it wasn't such high insight.
Yeah, my passive insight's 16 anyway, so...
Mine's 16, yeah.
Would that be a passive though? Passive is different to directly trying to pick out
I
something.
think I look at it like this. If you roll and if you roll to like kind of be like, oh, I'm just trying to hide it from the party while they're doing their own conversations, and then you roll low below a lot of people's, I treat that as you try to hide it and you can't.
Okay.
Otherwise, if you want, people can roll for it. Everyone's
Well, I rolled because I would have actively, I was going to say,
Yeah.
included that I was going to come over to you and actually sort of...
Well, we'll say Hugle's probably the only one that gets it then.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Beautiful, beautiful boy.
Was there something else we wanted to do, maybe? Anytime.
Well, to answer, I think that, as you mentioned about the gala and things, one of the big reasons we want to go is what Hugle was talking, not the dragon dead thing, but before that, the thought of people in council who are involved. That's a very good place to start as well, I think, for looking for leads. So I say we investigate that. Might be hard to get in, but the gala, I believe, might be a chance to get her in.
He's gonna make it.
I think the gala will be a good place to see who's talking to who.
All right. Well, let's get to that lunch then, and we'll... Oh, do we need to wait for the invites? When is your...
Oh no, that's not happening until tonight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then we'll
Yeah.
go and get that lunch organized then. We'll go from there.
Sounds good.
Cool. Do you want me with you?
Oh.
Sure, why not?
All right.
Sure,
sounds great.
why not?
When he goes into the room and when he comes back out, he's got that like half like poncho thing that he normally wears, like covers his body. So like that makes him look scarier because you don't know what's under there, like which is the worst bit.
You got one with flowers on it.
Little flower there now.
Oh, look at that. That's quite nice.
But you have to...
And you food. And the seed flies out.
Looks like 0.7% less menacing.
We'll take it.
Cool.
Its color matches whatever dress Zeph is wearing, or shirt, or something, like, you know, the kind of like when you go on go to a formal event and the guy's always got the little flower that
The
matches
color palette.
Like a corsage sort of
Would it be
situation.
Like
Okay.
their green
What's
jacket,
their-
or
Their green pants, because
green
pretty
pants.
much everything is like either black, brown, or like off-white color, besides their pants.
So there's like
It could be
a
gold.
real... Yeah, okay, maybe like a golden, like something to just
Yeah.
make it obvious that it's like a pair.
An homage to Zeph's original eye color, was that like goldy brown colour. I'll take it.
Very nice.
He locks up, puts like an iron key into the door and locks it, and that from that side engages all the locks, and we all move on to go have a squiz at this restaurant. And you know what? That's a pretty ample time. I think we'll call that a break, and then we'll come back. And
One quick thing. Do we go past the church?
Yeah, you absolutely can if you'd like, yes.
I'll just say, Hugh, 1 minute, runs in, rather to Rando. There's a fucking undead dragon.
What?
Yes, I'll find out more. Bye. Runs out.
Thank you.
There's a fucking undead dragon.
And we'll be right back up.
Welcome to Tomes and Tales RPG.
Go and check out the Raven's Ridge Emporium for some beautiful handmade dice, as well as some other awesome fantasy collectibles. The Raven's Ridge Emporium. The Reliquum. A Feywild adventure. Make sure to go check out our Feywild one-shot.
So,
We did it.
we all leave, Goss included, to go to this restaurant in Sumerki, which is a neighborhood that we've not really crossed paths with too often in our game so far. Well, at this point, it's Sumerki, Sumerki.
Smoky because everyone's smoky. Yes.
They're all smug.
And they're smoky.
You guys move through. It's probably like late morning to going into midday by this point because you guys have been pretty active this morning. Going from where is my map? There it is. So going from Miros to Sumerki will be that'll probably be about an hour. So yeah, we'll round to midday. You guys get there about midday, which is peak lunchtime. You know, like for those who do a normal 8-hour day. So Sumerki, again, every district in Hannafrace is is residential. There are people living in the buildings above. You know, it's like New York City. All the businesses are at ground level, and then all the buildings live on top, like apartment buildings and that sort of stuff. And then obviously there's isolated Tudor houses and independent homes built on lands that people have bought, etc., etc. But you guys move through, and there's a fair few people, and you see a lot of workers, you know, like in their leathers and their like smithies and woodworkers, all that sort of stuff. Zev, even at one point you probably see a handful of workers that you has worked with your father that you met over your like last 13 years. And eventually Sebastian kind of guiding the way, and you guys all huddling really close. You land on this little restaurant. So this restaurant's probably not the term I'd use. It's probably more like a carvery, where it serves food all day round, like 24 hours. It just works for all the guys that are working, you know, consistently through the night. They do like dinners and lunches and breakfasts and all that sort of stuff. So there are some people that are sitting down. It kind of looks like it's got glass storefront with a couple of tables out the front, like a little cordoned off fence area, like most cafes or eateries would have. There's a window where people can sit and order food through the window and just leave, but also you can sit down and eat in there. There are a couple of people drinking ales and wines and all that sort of stuff. I'll let everyone make perception checks, please. Oh. Let's go.
Dirty 20.
Nice.
21.
21.
8.
11.
So who got the highest? Dirty 20 and
21.
21. You guys specifically, I will say with that perception check, I think for anyone who got all the low rollers, it's you're like, oh, you know, it's busy. It's like it's a you know restaurant. But what I'll give you guys specifically is a lot of the people going through that building, like you know, like going there to eat and stuff, don't really look like criminals. They don't really seem to link up the same. It's like one of those things where it's like you trust Sebastian's You trust Sebastian's word. That wasn't loud. Sorry.
All good.
It's got this weird. It doesn't regulate.
All good.
Like you trust Sebastian's word, and you're like, oh well, this is the place. And I'll even say you're able to like walk around the back, and you can see where there's the cellar and stuff. But when what you're looking at the store is there's a really stark contrast between the two. None of these people look like criminals or look like drug dealers. Yes.
Menu. Is it just like a board up on the wall?
Yeah. Classic carvery style.
Bain Marie full of meat.
Are there any chips and salsa on that board?
Can't you read?
No.
Dropped on his head as a boy he was.
That's why I want to cook it.
That's an 8.
Looking at the menu at first glance without making it like you're trying to stay with the group, but not like walk in there and then look and then walk out and make it look sus. Nothing you can see.
I haven't got my glasses on.
Hugo just walks up. Could I get chips with chicken salt? And I want them like yellow with chicken salt.
Sure, buddy, that's what you want. Okay, that'll be just like 3 copper for like a little soaking chips. And yeah, they're like cut potato like fries with like doused in like chicken salt.
With MSG. God.
On the side, after asking, if there's any thieves' can on the board, without saying thieves' can, he's gonna you see him do like that awkward group shuffle when you're all like standing in a group and you gotta just like shuffle around to communicate to certain ones of them. And he kind of like shuffles over to Zero and he goes, with all the stuff we've asked Val to do you think he's had time to eat today?
Probably not. Nah. Normally when he goes on like one of his work days on his day off, he'll just go until he's starved. Why do you ask?
He goes the very, very slight shade of pink and he's like, well, we're it. What if we just take away?
That's so considerate of you. That's a good idea. Oh, I'm such a bad mother. I didn't even think of that. Good thinking.
Zero.
Well, I got a 12 and then, so 19.
Do you want to roll deception or persuasion? Don't tell us which. Just let us know if you roll under it.
That's a natural 20, mother. It looks like just a general concern for an ally.
Hero comes back with chips. Dog.
You ordered without us.
Chip?
Dog.
Yeah, dog's like.
In the interim of chips ordering and things like that, Sebastian, just while as we're going through that process, Sebastian, over those 10 minutes either approaching or while we're there, I would like to ritually cast Detect Magic. Just to see if anything pings up in 30 feet. It can penetrate most barriers, but it's blocked by a foot of stone, an inch of common metal, and a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood or dirt. So I'm assuming maybe the cellar door, I could even, the wood of that. Is it a wooden cellar door?
Yes, it is. If you wanted to get close to the cellar door, I'll have you roll a stealth check if you wanted to try and ping something from the cellar door.
I could certainly try. Sure. Okay. So that's a 19.
You, as the rest of the group are talking, you find a perfect pocket where you're like, I'll go back, and you duck off, and you see people coming in and out of the alleyway, like from the other conjoining buildings, restaurants, and you see a perfect window of opportunity where, as you basically plan the ritual cast, and as you go to do a lap, you ping it off as you walk past the cellar door, and just hold your hand out and just get a read. And I'll say, with 30 feet going through a thin layer of wood, probably not. I'd probably say no. You definitely know you saw it went down there, but you're not getting a ping of magic coming from within that door.
Okay. All right. It's stopped for 10 minutes. I'll reconvene with them.
Oh yeah,
and
for
let
sure.
them know.
And again, as you walk through, you're getting like oh,
Yeah,
a bit
little-
weird. Again, when you go near 0, kind of gives off a little bit of an aura for obvious reasons. Even Hugle
You get
gives
a
off
ping
little
of
bit
magic from Hugle as he's using Sacred Flame to melt some chocolate onto the chips.
Oh!
Even Gosric's like, that's fucked up, man.
Let me try that.
Oh, no! Oh! Did you find anything?
Well, there was no
That's a
ping
good
of magic
idea.
from the cellar, unfortunately. No.
No ping of magic.
No, I would have
doing
thought
it at
that
the wrong height.
magic would have shown even through the barrels and things, but no.
Yes, it's rift glass.
Holds it up to God.
Doesn't come through.
Real men
An inch of
travel
lead
once.
can block it, so perhaps there's lead lining in these barrels.
Okay, alright. Okay. I think maybe we'll have to do something a little more hands-on. And she just takes off her glasses and she's gone.
Christ.
While she's busy, Voyage is gonna walk up and be the most frustrating customer you could ever serve. Like I won't know.
Ask for chocolate on it.
Come on, asshole, speed it up.
I'm working on it,
And
please.
then
Pretty sure there's a secret menu. If you, they don't tell you about
right.
it, you gotta.
Right.
Do you yell out? Do you yell out?
You hear a disembodied voice.
Oh, everything's happening all
Take me, God!
If it's now, please.
Zero hears us. Zeph, I am your god. I need you to give all of your money and put it on the floor. God will take care of it also. Do you want to check out the fucking cellar?
Looks at Voyage.
So,
He's in the restaurant. You guys are still on the street.
what about? Do you offer Szechuan sauce?
What the fuck's a Szechuan?
Clearly, your food culture's here.
Anyways. What's Zeph gonna do?
Zeph's gonna sneak and see if they can join up with Zero.
Both make stealth checks. 0, you make it with advantage because you're invisible.
Oh, first one's dirty 20. See if we can do better. Hey, 20. 25, baby.
23.
Nice. You guys move like shadows and find yourself at the cellar door. And the cellar door, you go to give it a tug, it is locked.
I believe in you.
Manifest.
Oh yeah,
Hey, boy! You just go.
Just. Oh, I've got acid snot now.
Zeph grabs the lock, looks at it, and just goes. And just pops it out like it's busted as old as hell. And you don't even pull your tools out. You're not going to sully your good tools with this piece of shit lock.
Zero Invisible's like.
Yeah. But you open the lock and you disengage the lock and you open the door and it creaks ever so slightly. I will let you guys know now, there are still people actively coming in and out of this alleyway, so you will want to move quickly and concisely.
Mm-hmm.
So, you descend the stairs.
Yep.
You go down the stairs as quick as you can. It is dark, but there is ever so faint candlelight that seems to have been lit from the morning beginning the shift, but they are burning. You can see where the wax is heavily descending and the candles are like now just over the halfway point. And you can see a multitude of crates and barrels and everything in there. What do you want to do?
Did you say when they were at the warehouse they had a symbol on the barrels?
I don't recall if I did.
No, you said they did not.
It was on the
Okay.
paper,
It
wasn't
was
it?
on the paper.
The paper, and that was for Grimwell's company.
I
It
think
smells like bitch in here!
I think Zeph working close enough with that sort of shit with the people that they worked with might be able to just. It's
Puts
in here
nose to the
somewhere.
floor.
It's in here somewhere.
Make investigation check.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say because this is definitely investigation.
22.
Ooh, far.
Nope, I've got an advantage on this one. Nah, mine's only an 18.
For you, it's for you, you're just a bit like in the nice way possible, you're just a bit dumbfounded. You're like, it's just here amongst where the food and shit is. Like, what do you mean? And Zeb, you specifically, like, from going through the warehouse and, you know, like when your eyes were scanning, you were trying to figure out the path what you wanted to take. You're like, okay, so they're gonna be, we saw them in barrels, we know they're gonna be in barrels, where are they gonna be, where are they gonna move them to? And the obvious thing is you look to where it's the most obvious route that is not in the most obvious space.
Yeah.
Product that needs to be moved often is going to be put in a place where it's quick to do so, but it's not right there at the front door.
Yeah.
So when someone comes in and they start robbing the place, if they start robbing the place, they're going to go for immediately what's close. If they're untrained, unlike our two criminals here. So you duck off to the farther back corner where one of the candles, the light, it's just a little bit further away. It makes it a little bit darker in the corner. And you're like, that looks like the money shot. Put a dagger in, lift it up and pick it up. And there's inside a barrel, which you assume would be cast with wine, is hay and straw. It is filled with nothing. And so you dig. And you dig and dig and dig. And then in the middle of that crate, after you pull the straw out, is a crate of full vials of Astro. You're looking at about 25 vials. Full vial.
Shit.
I'm going to put the pressure on you guys to act quickly.
Yeah. What do you want to do?
Pulls out a lighter.
Yeah.
No, no.
Because we can't exactly take it out on the street.
No, we can't.
But at least we know that it's here.
We do. I say, we come back when the restaurant isn't filled with people. Well, you can't see her face, because she's invisible. She goes silent for a bit. And we take care of it.
Okay. Zeph will put everything back exactly how it was.
Make a sleight of
And-
hand check.
I'm also going to add to, if I succeed with this as well, as they're walking backwards, going to kind of tell Zero, walk backwards, trying to basically sweep the footsteps as they go.
Can I give a help action with
You
that
can
one?
give her a help action on the cleanup,
Yeah.
sure.
Alright. So do you want me to roll advantage?
Roll sleight of hand with advantage, please.
Yeah, okay. I'll use this one. 16?
Okay. 16, pretty confident, and you use the butt end of your blade and put the nails back into the top. Pretty confident. And then you guys, I'll say it's not hard enough to backtrace your steps. Like, it's dusty, but there's fucking scuff marks everywhere. It's a restaurant. So it's fine. And you guys backpedal off, and you quickly jam the lock back together, and you reconvene with the party in the street.
Voyage has ordered 1 gold worth of food.
You walk out with like a extra large HSP, basically, like a whole ass snack pack.
Oh, yum. I love those bad boys.
And you see this one dude, like, as you guys link up, there's this one, like, just big burly dwarf dude just looking at you with, like, the absolute just fucking hatred in his eyes. And then he turns and finally begins to order.
Oh, sorry.
How long would you guys, the two of them?
That probably would have been less than 3 minutes.
Okay, real quick.
Real fast. Lickety split.
You're
You're.
he's still alive.
Mate, I'll get you out in the house, boy.
You're back. It's Zero on race.
I'm surprised you noticed.
But I maybe not have noticed, actually. You wouldn't have, you may not have revealed.
I mean,
Never mind.
I mean,
If
If it was-
like, ever lightly bumped you, like, oh, hi. Like, you
Yeah.
didn't notice it.
okay. Oh, fair enough.
yeah, because, like, if it's literally, like,
3
3 minutes
True.
maximum, you probably, all you would have known was that Zero would have said, all right, glasses off, and that
Yep.
was it. You probably wouldn't have even known if Zeph left.
I feel like the entire party
enough.
would have been watching that spectacle.
Claws out!
Yeah. So then when they come back in, it'd probably be like,
Oh, hi.
Glasses back on, they're floating, but then they're not floating.
For context, Voyage had more questions for Zero before she took her glasses off. That's why he was all like, time for a distraction.
Put a pin in that one.
Yeah. I'll come back to that later.
Ooh! What'd you get? That looks tasty. Give me some of that.
just like fully like fingers the set. Like it's not graceful at all.
Hang on.
Fuck.
What's a dodge action roll?
Taking dodge action, it means she has disadvantage on attacking you.
Yep.
An attack roll.
Trying to dodge because wants
I'm
to
gonna roll a hit.
actually take this to your son.
I'm gonna roll a hit. It's not a good. It's like only a 13.
Yeah, you miss.
You're dodging 0 and then dog with the other.
Yeah.
Gosrick-
Hugle, crouch down so I can use you to reach higher.
Gosrick pulls you to a side.
You're still eating his chips.
When you make it known that you guys disappeared, because he didn't even notice you guys disappeared either, because he was watching things like, fuck, I have to bail this kid out. And then he's usually like, oh, what did you find? What did you find?
A barrel. Astral.
How much?
Fucking could be copious amounts. We only bumped one open, but it had like what, 25 vials, you reckon? Yeah. Yeah.
So we burned this place to the ground.
Pretty much. After opening hours though.
Well, there's a problem. These places are like 24 hours. But also, you don't know who inside the business is distributing it from the bottom.
This seems like trying to follow up these leads are a lot of fucking effort considering it's all over the fucking city and almost everyone's involved.
I think you might be right.
Trying to find these intricate little fucking webs that we're meant to follow just seems like more effort than what this is worth.
I think Sebastian might have been on the money about perhaps trying to find the bigger players instead of just trying to find the people that are putting it on the streets. This is obviously a hush conversation too. Like,
Yeah,
say
like-
you guys are like walking and talking.
Walking and talking
like,
to get to-
keep it away, but really slowly, so
Yeah.
you know, like give power and
Basically trying to find like a park bench so Voyage can put his fucking food down and eat.
Give it a rest. Actually, no, we're taking it somewhere.
Voyage has a mess kit, right?
Hmm.
In theory, with my MacGyvering skills, he's actually trying to preserve it.
Okay.
Not preserve it as in like, I'm gonna age it 50 million years. No, he
Like-
just wants it to remain fresh enough
Keep the heat
so
up.
that when the serious conversation dies down, he can be all like, concern mum, take food to son.
I can also reheat that for you.
I mean, so can
He's a
I.
robot! He's a fucking microwave!
Can we get a thing up? Can we get a layer on the screen of all the things that Sebastian can do? Like home appliances?
He's a microwave!
I put it in the microwave.
Well, no.
Fuck off.
But yeah, as you guys move and talk, because I think finding the big players is probably going to be the best move forward. But if that's the case, we need to be very, very careful about where we step and who we step to.
That is a good question.
Because
Good
even
point.
though it is a lawless wasteland amongst murderers and thieves, there are still some semblance of a system in place that will keep us in check.
That's what I'm trying to wonder. I'm trying to figure out if the people that are going to be taking over, the people that this task force is working with, trying to figure out if they are they members of the sect or are they members of something else? Is it a collection of both? I'm just wondering who the people who want to establish this new world order, where their allegiances lie.
I think honestly, we're gonna find out the bulk of it at this fucking gala.
That's fair.
All I can say is, if you've got people from the sect turning code to work for the city, that in and of itself creates a problem, because those individuals, if they are working for the city, become untouchable. You kill a city official and people know about it, that's it. You're done. You are erased from existence. So if this is the lead, and you are right, and these people that work for the city now are sex members, throws his huge hands up like,
Who do we turn to then? Can't exactly take them to the police, can we?
half the police are on the payroll.
The solution to that is you just send somebody in to deal with it that's not afraid to die.
Out of curiosity, as someone who just doesn't know a lot about here, What about the sister city?
Pannenfreiss.
What about it?
Well, he is clearly very corrupt. If they don't have the same problem there, what if we got their backing to help clean this one up?
Oh, they won't give a shit. It's a nice idea. It is.
Again, I don't know.
Pannenfreiss is... Oh, if we had one inn that I can think of with Pannenfreiss, Sebastian pauses and kind of holds his hand over like the little cravat that he's got with little golden symbols for it. The bases of Pannenfreiss is surrounded by a barrier. I don't understand it, and I think only a few, I don't know how many in that city do, but the basis of the technology I used to stop that knife that first time, that came from an encounter with some figure that I was able to translate some of the meanings of her work. If I can understand that, perhaps, I could call to Pannenfreiss with us as representatives, get us an audience with the people who run some of that.
It's
Get us in from there.
ballpark idea.
I'm letting in. Yes, I think it's a very good idea. If we need it, Pannenfreiss is smaller than Hannenfreiss, but it was considered a bit of. I believe it was built first.
It was the first of the first of the two when the initiative was put forward to create mega cities. Yeah.
Sort of like the Golden Child, if you will. It's not on uneven terrain. It doesn't have lower paths like you might find here.
It seems like this is an issue we're going to keep coming across, and we're going to keep going in circles because we'll find one small trader, knock them off, and they're just going to get replaced by someone else from the sounds of things because of the sheer level of corruption that's probably going on here. So, by trimming the tree from the roots, sorry, Hugle, I'm going to butcher this.
I'm all for any kind of gardening puns.
By going for like the small little roots at the end, we're not going to get very far. Same deal if we trim a few leaves off, we're not going to get very far.
No.
Unless, we infest the entire tree with termites to take it out.
You know what happens
Are we the
when a
termites?
tree gets root rot? Just the tiniest amount.
Well, it depends on what kind of treatment you do. So you can come in. Sorry.
Sorry, that was too good.
Hugle moments.
He doesn't know what he did.
This segment of Tomes and Tales was brought to you by Hugle.
As you were saying,
Sorry,
Sit quietly now. Like,
When
I'm
just gonna throw this whole segment in the bin. Let's move forward.
No. It's a root rot thing.
I'm so sorry. Root rot.
If even a small amount of it gets on a tree.
It's gone. It'll take time. But root rot gets to a point where it's no longer salvageable.
All right. We just need to figure out what our root rot is in this situation.
What I'm saying is that I think we are fighting a lost cause.
All right.
I may not know the ins and outs of this city, but I know people. And I feel like a social event might be a good opportunity for us to find people who are on the other side of this debate. If we happen to cross paths with someone in the council but have someone else from the council at our back, it can't hurt.
It's so hard
So
to tell who.
we
though.
need someone from the council at our back.
Fight fire with fire.
All right. We just need to be very careful about who we select. But it's good thinking. It's,
Okay, that could work.
I don't think we're gonna get far with all this until we hit this particular social event.
I think you're right.
So in the meantime, we can either shake the tree a bit and see what falls.
I don't want bird caca on me.
It's coming.
No.
It's coming for us all.
I have an umbrella!
The Kaka
Or-
even comes from us all at one point.
We can use the next few days to sort other things that need doing in this city.
That is an idea.
It would be nice to get that sorted before everything goes to shit. Because it will. Very soon. Mark my words. We keep following this trail. It's going to lead to nothing but bird caca on everyone's heads.
And correct me
We're
if
gonna
I'm
be
wrong.
so lucky.
Correct me if
That's
I'm wrong,
true.
but if we were to walk down that path, it might shake the tree for Tess a little bit.
Ooh.
I'll do anything to make that bitch a little uneasy.
People make mistakes when they're uneasy.
Goss moves closer to Zeph when Zero starts getting like real fucking like red in the face and everything about Tess, and just like reaches down and just grabs your hand, like, like because you don't remember this is now that he's in the thick of it. He's like, fuck. Oh my god.
This is your call, Zero.
I mean, I don't want to drag everybody into my problem.
That's what we do.
I also think that your problem is a little bit more intrinsically linked, considering they share an individual.
Let's shake the tree. Maybe we can put a little bit of rot in there.
Let's burn the tree.
If you burn it, it has a chance of coming back.
Well.
If you rot it, it's fucked.
Well, that no.
Gives you a wink.
Yeah, yeah. We don't.
No, we know.
Listen here,
we know, Hugle, we know. No.
Listen here, you gardening fucker.
Just Hugle pulls out a weed killer.
Oh, if only
He
you
has
made your-
some.
If only you had made your race a gnome, we could have made the garden gnome joke.
Oh.
That's it. Start the campaign again.
That's it. Reset.
At the mention of like getting everybody else involved with this one, Zero quietly agrees, but she's looking mighty uncomfortable about it. This is some dirty laundry that she did not want to have to air in front of everybody. But
This
it's
is like the internal thought process.
yeah, but it's starting to look like it's an unavoidable necessity at this point now. It's a very
Yeah.
vulnerable problem for her.
You get that like that weighted feeling in the back of your head, and you just
Yeah.
hear that voice again follow in, because nothing is sacred now that he's in your brain, and he's just like, "Oh, go on, do it. It'll be fun."
While that's going on in her mind and she's kind of sunk back a bit, yep, just a gentle hand on her shoulder going, hey, it'll be all right.
It won't, but I appreciate the vote of confidence. It's okay. It'll...
Be all right. You can say it. It's not going to kill you.
We got you.
It'll be...
Don't. I'll burst into tears if you sing that song. Don't. No, don't. I'll tell you guys off camera.
I Am Legend?
No.
Oh, I get it from I Am Legend. Oh. I'll remind you about a dog.
No.
Okay. Alright.
Uncle Bill, I miss you.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Okay. Alright. We'll go as far as we can together on this.
All right. I think we should go and talk to Val first, obviously.
Yes.
We'll work from there.
When I tell you all to hang back, though, if we go down this path, I want you to hang back.
Does that put your life in danger?
It doesn't matter. If I ask you to hang back while we are following this path, I need you to hang back. I understand we have grown close and we have had moments of vulnerability together. My son's body, though, is not a moment I think I'm ready to share with everyone here.
Wow. Of
I'll
course.
do what I can.
I know. We'll see what happens. The situation may change. We'll see what happens.
Gosrick will leave your side and pull you aside for but a moment away from the rest of the party. So as you guys basically wait, he pulls you aside a couple of feet away and just goes, look, I think you've probably known me since I was about that big.
Don't give yourself too much credit.
And then when he does the height for like him saying when I was younger, he's still nearly at your height because he's like so much bigger. And he goes probably about. We're friends. I consider us good friends, all things considered.
I do too, Goss.
I know this is hard for you specifically. And just a personal opinion, maybe wait to see Val if that's the case. Okay. He's a good kid. I know he's a good kid. I don't know.
We might not even find them before tonight. You're right. You are right. If we happen to stumble across him before tonight, then I'll postpone. But
Okay.
probably won't find him today. It's never that easy.
Stranger things have happened.
That's true.
Well, do you want to go straight there?
Yeah, I'm thinking so.
Looks at the rest of the party. Get it together, we're leaving now.
Yes, sir.
You like to put that in the food there in a cupboard or something like that?
the extra large snack bag.
Yeah, I was gonna say you might want to.
Yeah, no, he's managed to cram it while also somehow, like, making it work into a pot within his belongings in his mess kit.
All right.
You've just spaced it out over all the different cooking pots, and it's like
the
it
foil
fits.
on the inside and like.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, you've got it covered.
Here we go.
Never mind.
This MacGyver of the backpack.
When it comes, necessity is
Where
mother
does
of
Val
invention.
live?
Val actually lives in Razum because that's where his workplace is. He doesn't live in his workplace, but he's in an apartment building not far in that district where the city council building is.
Voyage could probably do like a
round trip.
A drop-off kind of scenario while some of
Yeah,
us get
yeah,
sorted.
Because like, hey, if you want to go take the food over now, we'll just do it in one. Because if you look at the map, you'd basically be doing a complete. You'd have to do. You cut straight through near the garden, go there, and then go and straight back to where you need to go. So if you want to do that, you can.
I'm not talking about me doing that.
I mean, if you want to put that to the team, sorry, rather.
I'm just, the person with food. With the food for the person. Wanted to do a little drop-off
I feel
delivery,
like there's a lot of
dude.
talking with eyes in this.
Oh yeah.
Like 95% of the conversation that isn't in character is eye contact.
Inside check.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They took my fucking eyes.
But like, you could see it throughout this whole conversation. Voyage would be all like, oh fuck, Goss.
You big orange bastard.
He's been trying to consistently ask, but he knows the conversation that's happening right now is way more important than a simple food run. So he's just been all like,
We also need to take the document.
I also think I can talk with Val about, there's someone in my past. I really didn't. It would be not. I'd prefer it if I myself didn't speak with her, but if she is part of this, I can't think of anyone who hates Astral quite like her. If we want someone on our backs with backing us up, whether at the gala or otherwise, because it might be good to know earlier in case a document needs to be forged for her.
Oh yeah, that's right. You've got food for Val, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh shit. You know where you're going. I mean, all of us going is probably gonna look fucking suspicious, but...
Right. Could you, here, I'll write the name down and you can just pass that on to him.
Yeah, okay.
That sounds good.
Write a note for him.
Write a little note on
Is
someone.
this man's even gonna know where he's going by himself?
Would it make sense for us to go look for like a bag of holding on the way, or is that way out of the way?
Do you share with the party where you're going?
Um...
If where you're going is where I think you're going? It's in Traders Bay, so you could.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think, like, is it...
Stop kicking things.
I know, I'm sorry. This fucking computer.
Because I don't see, like, any immediate combat or problems coming up from this, so I'm wondering if it's worth, like, doing multiple errands in one run. Because, like, we've got, like, the form that we need to take to Valrus, and the food, and also grabbing the invitations
Well, let's
off
look
of him.
at it like this. You're still in the middle of the day. He said tonight to give him ample time to get the jobs done.
Yeah.
He's not going to be near to being done for what he needs, and even you know that. Getting a bag of holding, or looking for a bag of holding, if that's a thread that the party wants to follow, is not going to be impossible to do at any time over the next couple of days. You've basically got 4 days. It's not going to be impossible to do.
Well, if we're going in Traders Bay anyway, for what you, like, Zero wants to do, then...
We could go buy the bag while you drop the food and then meet us there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, like, running multiple errands at once, yeah.
Oh, yeah, split the parties. I fucking love that.
We can keep it together.
I'm kidding. Fucking with you. Where is...
We bought a job with a gift, Dad. Damn, just let us split the party for a minute.
Well, that's the thing as well. You don't have to give him the food, like, right now.
Yeah, no, I can
Because we can
fully
feed
just-
him tonight when he comes around anyway, and we can also talk to him about
Yeah.
the name and everything like that too.
It is no stress, generally.
Damn it. I want to see Gay at the table.
But also, I want to see Gay at the table. So that's why I'm like, if Zero puts forward, like, here's my son address, here's my... I'm
Fucking Gay at the table.
Shit, the glasses are on. We're gonna get red to filth.
Is that vodka cruiser glasses?
We don't sponsor any kind of alcoholic beverage here, especially vodka.
Cruises as well.
They were gifted from my father.
Jeff is a good man.
Yeah, Jeff is a good man. Shout out to Jeff. Go free.
Yeah, no, I don't have the green ones anymore. Sorry. Look, if Zero is just all like, go see my son, Voyage will. But if that doesn't happen, he's just gonna keep going like...
Well, what does... Zero is going to the cleaners.
Yep.
Follow up. What does everybody else want to do? Because I don't give a fuck whether you guys come along or you want to do your
With
own
my
shit.
passive insight, can I tell that you want to go see Val?
Oh, jeez.
Maybe.
It's on the cards. Maybe.
Because... Roll inside, that way it's... I don't know what your passive insight is.
Uh-oh.
Do you passive?
Can you re-roll it?
That was a natural 1.
You're a halfling, though.
Pro bono rules lawyer.
Hey!
There you go.
16 plus 6,
20.
22.
You can see him keep trying to, like, start this conversation, but he just keeps getting cold feet or interrupted right at the last second.
I think that Val could use some energy while he's doing this work for us. Drop the form off. We'll go get some shopping. Meet us at Traders Bay.
Sure.
Oh yeah,
Looks
that's
to you
right.
like,
Yeah. Yeah, if you want to do that, yeah, I'm sure they'll be very, very... Ding. I'm sure he'll be very happy to see you.
there it is.
You just look at this guy. Hugo celebrating in slow motion.
Was that the sound of a coin dropping?
A coin! I love coins!
Give me the paperwork.
Yep.
Yeah, you get the address to him as well. And so
Name,
the lads,
address, paperwork.
The lads, you can send me the name you wrote down in message.
Sure thing.
And the lads are going to go off, I'm assuming?
I'm going shopping.
Oh, you're going shopping, you're going to Val's, and then the rest of
I'm
you.
giving them some time.
Okay, I'm just trying to determine, would you guys rather do the things that are going to be fast, or do the thing that's going to take longer? Because if you're separating the party and we go to do the thing that's going to take long, we're already 44 minutes into this episode, so I'm going to put it to the table.
You can do the fast ones first.
Okay, let's do the fast ones first. So we will do, we'll do the bag of holding thing first, if you go to look there. And I'm assuming you're going to trade the crystals as well when you're doing shopping? Is
That's
that
the idea.
okay?
Is anybody going shopping with you? Or you going
Whoever wants to come with me.
I can back
Oh.
up if you'd like someone with some, some guild connections. Yeah, I don't know if you're looking for a crafter or if you're just going to the stores.
I don't know what I'm looking for.
All right, I'll help. I'll come along anyways. Why not?
Zeph is going to take Zero to the side and just be like, yes or no for people to come along.
Yeah, you
Okay.
Actually, I might ask a quick question to the DM in this
Yes,
message
yes,
as well.
Please. Yes, you guys go together. You go with Sebastian and you beeline.
Take dog.
Take dog.
Before you leave aside to sort of take something, don't do anything stupid without the rest of us.
Yeah, okay.
I
You
mean
too.
it.
Yeah, well, you too.
I'm going shopping. There's only so stupid I can get.
Oh, I'm sure.
I won't buy any more chocolate.
You thought
So there you
chocolate
go.
grew out of the ground.
You
mate.
told me it
It's a
did.
bit of an honor.
You
Let's see what you think.
believed me.
How was I supposed to know?
Can you roll
Okay,
me
okay.
a history check, please?
Certainly. Let's throw the luck dice for this. Why not? Natural 1.
You wouldn't know anymore.
No, that's why I'll send a
Yes,
note
for sure.
and see if he can figure anything out.
Aces.
Fantastic.
So we'll do the bag of holding first, because that one's pretty quick to do, or the shopping trip rather.
Is Goss going with them or is he sticking?
He looks to you and goes, "What do you want me?"
Oh, Zeph's coming. Goss is gonna come.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Puts his foot up. Rolls his shoulder, and you hear like the 3 cracks as he stretches out.
So, what are we planning to do here? How are we planning on splitting things up?
Look at that tricycle go.
Fuck. God. You look so offended. So what we're gonna do is we'll so Sebastian and Hugle, we'll get to you guys.
As we all break up, I reckon he was just going to pick a place we know in Trader's Bay and be
We're
like,
breaking
we
up.
meet there in 2 hours.
2 hours. All right, 2 hours is
Here?
manageable.
Just points to some spot on the map that we were all...
We'll say you guys basically pick where the Traders Bay district starts. It's kind of like how in those parts in the city where you go to old streets and they have the names. You can tell when it's Traders Bay.
Should make it easy to get to Gelato from there, where we can meet up with Val for the evening, if he's coming in the evening.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great, Traders Bay. Sounds
Yep.
good.
Break! Everyone disengages. You two, you head straight to Traders Bay first to try and figure out, so what's your game plan? Do you want to try and palm these crystals off and then look for a bag of holding? What's your...
Probably because I have no money. So...
So we'll say, you know what? I think it would make sense that Hugo would go to the last place he bought a magical
crystal
rock
shop.
from.
Yeah.
Goes to Crystal and Components.
Yes.
So you guys push the door open and again are just blasted by the smell of incense that is way too fucking strong. You walk in, you're like, oh my god, I'm blind. In reality, it's just the smoke from the incense. You're like, and you guys are pushing through, but the prestidigitation auditory jingle of the door.
I'm
And-
sorry, I just thought Hugle's too short for the smoke,
smoke.
to hit him.
Yeah, he's
Like, what
fine.
are you complaining about?
Sebastian's like, Hugo! But you get through the smoke, and behind the counter is Sue, the tall field woman, and she looks through and she goes, "Oh, sorry about that, dear. Yeah, it gets a bit how you going, doesn't it?"
No, you didn't.
Prestidigitation's the smoke out of the way.
Thank you. Wow, that was wasn't any chili powder or anything in the...
Oh, I don't even know. I bought them incense sticks 35 years ago, so I don't remember what any of that is
Right.
anymore.
All
So
right.
real.
That's
so
yeah.
real.
All right.
You
That's
what?
all right.
Well,
Well,
what can I do for you?
Hugo.
I
Leans
have
over the
something
counter.
to sell.
Oh, what do you
Pulls
got
out
there?
one of the crystals.
Oh, that's a nifty little rock there. Hits it with a little bit of like cantrip magic, and then it floats around, brings it back down. I'm sure private supplies of these you sell back to the city, they'll pay a pretty penny. Is it just the one you have? Do you have anything else to sell with it?
Pulls out a second. It's really. So what would you?
Oh, at that size, they're probably 275 gold pieces each. Absolutely,
It's
that's
up
a
to
decent
you,
size. But obviously, as a fearbog for her, it's quite small in her hand. But like for like Sebastian or even Gosrick, they're fucking decent. For
Oh,
you,
yeah.
they're huge. But like for you guys, they're like a rugby ball. Like
Oh yeah, that size.
they're
Yeah.
solid.
Okay. Just based off my knowledge of like mineral prices and stuff and
Rocks,
elevite
yeah.
stuff, yeah, is that something that would be like a reasonable price? 275?
Yes.
Yeah.
Due to the fact that like it's been cut to fit a particular thing
That's good,
already.
yeah.
But that doesn't mean they can't break it down and put it into other stuff. So
No,
that's
fair.
quite good.
I'll give Hugo a well,
Do you think that'd be enough for a whole bag of holding?
depends on the buyer, but if you had maybe you give it a shot. I think.
Done. Hands two over.
Sweet. What's 275 times 2?
That'd
me out
be
here.
like what?
550.
Yeah.
You get 550
550.
gold pieces. So she hands that up, and she goes, "Oh, thank you." There, and like spins them and uses the cantrip magic to like let them float on the fingers. She goes, "Oh, I'm sure they'll come in great handy right there." And then literally just fucking hucks them through the B door.
All right.
Fucking hell.
Like shit breaks, and she looks in. She goes, "Oh, the storms are fine. That was the vases. Yeah, you're all good. Don't worry about it."
Fucking hell.
Right.
Yeah.
For
the
legal purposes, they're called water pours.
All right. Well,
Did you have anything else I could help you with? You looking for anything in particular?
The vases.
Yeah.
well, we were.
Yeah.
Well,
You
we
do
were.
that so fucking well.
We were looking for a bag of holding actually, just to make carrying things around a lot easier. You wouldn't happen to know if anyone's been putting one up recently, or maybe a buyer hasn't come through.
She goes, no, not anywhere immediately that I would
No.
know, but they're, a lot of people like them. They're good for storing things. So, if you want to move down, she gives you the name of a shop that's more of an equipment store that's only but a couple of shop fronts down.
All right.
And she goes, yeah, the young gentleman there would be more than happy to help you out.
Sounds good. Thank you for that.
Thank you very much, Sue.
Aye.
And I touch one of the pots like that is there,
Yeah.
and a little 7-leafed flower starts to come up.
Oh, that's lovely. You'll have to come back. I might have to pay you for some more of those. And as you go to leave, you hear the jingle of the door, and she goes, "Maybe if you can make the smoking kind." And the door shuts.
All right. So I'm not going to mention what you just did there, Hugo, but that's fine. Let's keep going. No, but that's all right. I'm sure it's fine. I suppose we'll head to that other place then, eh?
Onward.
You guys move a couple of storefronts down, and this is like you walk in, and it's the same eccentric layout where there's like glass cabinets and all these weapons and weird artifact stuff like you've never seen before, like just weird things with charms on them. There's a display case with like rings on like onyx stones that have like Sebastian would obviously know they're like rings of fire resistance, water resistance, all that sort of stuff. One of the many atypical magical storefronts that compete with each other in the city. And behind the counter is a human man, younger, like much younger, like in his 20s, maybe like mid-20s, real clean cut, eccentric shirt, like beautiful intricate design, and a vest and slick back black hair, beautiful like darkened olive skin. And he comes in, he's like, friends, what can I do for you?
Oh, do you want to go forward there, Hugo?
We're in the market for storage.
Oh, there's many things I can do for you, my friend. We have handy haversacks, portable holes, bags of holding. What do you need? Or just a regular backpack if you're boring.
I need I'm small. I need the ability to move some things around, so what's the price on those?
I currently sell a bag of holding for 600 gold pieces.
That's counting us as money.
Oh, baby.
How short?
That is all my money.
How much extra do you need?
I have 601 gold.
All right. Well, I've got 50 gold, so I can give you half if you'd like for now, or I can pay 50.
That would help.
So, the 25 or the 50?
Yes.
All right, 25 then. I'll pass
That's
that to
all
you.
I'm used to having, like, to be honest. So.
All right.
Would you do 575?
I'm gonna say make a persuasion check, and you can do it with advantage because Sebastian's there with you.
16 minus 1. 15.
He looks and sees. For you, who obviously is in the garb of an adventurer, he'd probably be more inclined to go, probably not. But when he looks to your friend, who's obviously of the city, you like with Sebastian's garb and he's a kid, he goes, sure, why not?
That sounds good. Actually, before we make the immediate transaction, you mentioned haversacks. They have little pockets on the sides. Would it be possible to get just a pocket on its own? Something that we could put,
Haversack, miniature like bags of holding, like in like the little pockets. They can be done. They take a little bit longer to make, trying to make a infinite space on the inside smaller to represent the smaller bag.
Okay. Do we want to just stick with the regular bag of holding then? I was wondering how many days would that take roughly?
To make the haversack or the bag of holding?
Let's go with like a small, a pocket that sort of acts like a bag of holding.
About 3.5 days, 4 days maybe. I'm a busy man.
No, that's fine.
I'd be pushing it.
That would be. Do you think perhaps just leave it with the bag and then see what we can do from there?
But he does pull up the bag of holding, and everyone here's probably seen what the artwork looks like. It's got like the weird facial design on it. But he goes, however, I like to do customizable work, and I can make it look however you want if you have a particular pattern. I see you like the ravens, and he goes, and puts a hand over, and the pattern changes to that of a raven skull on the side.
Sold.
That is. Well, here we are.
Easy done. Now, do you want it in grey or black?
Black.
Ooh, there we go.
It becomes black with a white raven skull on the side. And you now have a bag of holding.
Nice.
Thank you. Open it up.
You wouldn't have, you've been such a help for us, but I was wondering, you wouldn't happen to have a scroll. What was your name, by the way?
God damn it. He tells you his
That's
name.
okay. Good. I'll respond in kind with mine. That's okay. So once he's got a little bit of quick, he said, you wouldn't happen to have any spell scrolls, would you? I'm particularly looking for detect thoughts at the moment, just to sort of a bit of divination work. Trying to keep up with people like my friend here.
He leans in a little bit and goes, yes, I have that. I can get you that.
Thank you so much. Here, I can put a reserve down for you if you'd like. I can see if I can get the money for you, but if you just let me know how much it would be roughly, perhaps I can come back tomorrow.
Now remind me, because I know spell scrolls work on the level.
So yeah, I think a level 2 spell is considered, so cantrips and common are common magic items, but uncommon is considered an uncommon magic item, but it is a consumable, which would be half the cost. So imagine whatever you'd imagine like that bag of holding is, and a consumable like a potion or scroll is half that. Because then he also has to pay the cost of the scribing of it.
It's so weird. D&D Beyond doesn't give purchase value to certain items, which is really peculiar, and I don't know. So Detect Thought is a cantrip, isn't it?
Detect Thoughts, no, it's a second level spell.
Second level, thank you.
5 gold.
Let's go. That's what I got. I realize I went shopping without money, but
Google
that's...
and or Reddit. Help me out here. Okay, this is based on, I believe, is in XGE.
Cool.
I would like you roll me a D20. The lower you get, the lower you're going to pay. The higher you get, the higher end of the spectrum you'll pay.
Well, then let's just see.
2!
Yes.
He looks to you and goes, in light of everything that's happened in the transaction, and he goes, easy magic.
What would it be?
150 gold.
150. Well, I don't have that on me immediately now, but I can pay you 25 as a deposit, let's say, and then I can get back to you with the rest.
Give me 10. Come see me tomorrow.
10 it is. Thank you.
Easy, and you basically put a little hold deposit down
Yep.
on getting this scroll, which
Sounds
you
good.
can pick up tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow, perfect.
Easy. done.
Amazing. Thank you.
And then you guys go to await at the entrance of Traders Bay.
Hugo's sitting there taking stuff from one bag and putting it into the bag of holding. Just looking in.
So you have to actually, I think you have to picture you have to mentally recall the object you want to drag out, I believe.
Which makes sense.
So if you're like, I want to get this sword, this much money.
I like it.
Yeah, it's good.
Which would make sense if he was putting it in, then pulling it back
an
out.
important,
Yeah.
an important thing actually, do not put that bag of holding in another bag of holding or a portable hold or any other extra dimensional space. It will create a... Would Sebastian have an idea of this sort of thing? Actually, I'm not sure if he would.
Yeah.
Like, this is like one of the things you learn.
It's the only equivalent of a high fantasy nuke that exists
Yeah,
in D&D.
so this essentially drags everyone in a 10-foot radius into the astral plane. No ability to resist or save against. And you're just gone forever, floating in a void of nothing. So just, don't...
Grey clouds overhead.
Yeah.
That's an
just,
easy way to get rid of enemies. So.
Shut it. Anyway, we're gonna move to Voyage and Dog.
Weaponize this.
It's also a
Sebastian summons
guaranteed
mage hand
character
30
death.
feet away, 10 feet's less than that.
It's
Just a self-sacrifice.
We just might have an undead dragon to take care of at some point.
Anyway, we are going to move to Voyage and Dog as you guys push through to Ray Zoom. So by this point, it is going into the early afternoon, and you were given... I'm going to say Zero gave you the address to both Val's... Well, the City Council building's pretty easy to find, but that and his apartment. And I'm assuming you'd be like straight for the apartment to try and catch him before he
apartment first.
leaves. You got a bit like Zero's, nicer, a gilded trim on the outside of brass and steel and all that sort of jazz, big nice windows. And you push up and you walk inside and you're like, oh, third level, X door, blah, blah, blah. And you just walk up the stairs to go there because there's no elevators in this apartment. And you get to the door. The dog's there. His tail's wagging with his bright red and his big curved horns now that he's changed. He's red boy now.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Stop. You're giving me away. Nox.
Stop. And there's a thing at the door. You hear the of the eye, the peephole, and then and he opens it. Shirt a bit like not tucked in and cleaned. The buttons aren't really done. He's like kind of shagged. His hair's a mess, and he goes, "Hi."
Now, is he wearing a loincloth?
I raised my son to be a half decent. I tried, but he wouldn't listen.
Be quiet, both of you. Hi.
And Voyage kind of just pauses for a minute, does that really quick, up, down. And then...
Make a deception check.
Sleight of eye.
Nah, this ain't happening.
He got a nat 20.
Yeah, nah.
And a small smirk grows across his
now
face.
you make an insight check.
Wow, his hands.
Natural 20.
Yeah, you're not going to beat that. He does the exact same to you.
Nice.
Dog turned red, Voyage turned red.
His eyes get a little bit bright red. His ears get a little bit bright red.
Because of...
Standing the old nerves.
I'm just so excited.
He's just like... Look, because of all the nice things and all the help you're providing us, I wanted to bring you, and he presents a cooking pot. And he opens the lid real quick, and it's pretty decent. It's quite warm. Like, if you held it too long, your hands might start to burn.
How's the handle?
Yep. I'm sorry it's stored in that. It was all I could think of at the time.
No, it's the thought that counts. It's all good. And he just puts it on his... And then decides he doesn't want to do that, so he puts it on the floor instead.
Don't do that, dog.
Surely you didn't come just to deliver me food.
I wish I could say that was the case. No, I have more stuff for you.
Come in. And you guys move through. His apartment's quite small. It's like one bedroom and a living entertainment area, small kitchenette, all that sort of stuff. But it's modest, it's clean. It's nice little view out the window. Not big floor to ceiling like Zero's, but a modest little window with a balcony. And he puts the pot in the sink, and he looks at Dog, and puts a cutting board on top of it. And
Smart,
then
big brain.
you find he leans against his kitchen counter, and he's like,
Presents note, but it's the address note. Oh shit, wrong one. The name note and then the paperwork, and just kind of sets them on the kitchen bench.
leans in. And remind me, one was from you. What was the other note again? It was what was the
The
other?
paperwork to see the handwriting, see if you
Yes.
recognise.
That's
There's
right.
a little
So
note
he's
of,
gonna
like-
try and match it. That's right.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, so this is okay. And he folds that up and just slides it across. And he opens up the folded one from Sebastian. He goes,
So, a friend of ours has a friend who you can see him getting stuck for the information.
"If this person knew anything about the council, that sort of stuff."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's on the note would be some little writing
But
of like, hey, follow up with
Voyage
this
is
person.
also actually getting choked up about it because he's all like, how do I have this conversation? I've got no backup outside of this dog.
Outside of this flaming boy.
Yep. And he's trying to steal the food. You can see him nudging the cutting board.
Hey! Get out of it. And he like slinks into the shadows. I can, if it's a person, give me a day or two and I can have a look to see what I know.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be a problem. And he puts it over with the other paperwork as well.
Yeah.
I probably in the next half hour I'm about to go to the office and get the important stuff and the extra invitation. What name do I need to put on that, by the way?
Goss.
Just Goss?
Yeah, I think. He's all like, does Goss have any other names? Panic.
Okay. Then he quickly gets a quill and like writes down so he doesn't forget. Okay, yeah. If I leave in the next half hour, I probably will. If you would see Mama before I call her again or she calls me, let her know it'll probably be late in the evening and
Yep.
I'll be there. But I'll have everything we need.
Just make sure you take time to eat.
Oh, definitely. I'm going to how do you say this in the common? I'm going to inhale that shit. I
Okay.
haven't eaten in 9 hours.
Enjoy.
Thanks. Bit of a
One of those awkward moments. All right, I've got to go join them.
sure.
Finding
and
something.
He walks you to the door and make a perception check for me. Just real quick.
That's a natural one.
Yeah, all good.
Fuck.
There's a moment where as he like ushers you out the door and you step away and he moves back. So I'll see you later.
Yeah. Yeah, you will.
Cool. Well, bye.
Bye.
It like slowly shuts the door, quickly rings out and pats dog and then shuts the door. Make another perception check for me.
All of these awkward relationships starting up is great.
Fuck math. 22.
He's gonna try. Hang on. Come on, load.
I know for a fact my son squeals like a girl when he's excited.
He's gonna put that out there to force me to leave it out.
No, I'm joking.
Can you hear it on the other side?
Unless.
What did you get?
22.
Even with a dirty 20, from beyond the door, you just hear a, oh my god, I'm such a fucking idiot. Ah! And you hear a, as like something gets kicked on the inside. But you leave.
Yep. Voyage. Within the range of any windows, he walks calmly and coolly away. But the further away he gets, the faster he starts to move, and he's all like,
Green dog turn red. Green tiefling owner turn red.
Color theory is consistent. Now,
I don't look forward to the day. Joke about dying.
Ah.
the neighborhood of Traders Bay is not unbeknownst to our two career criminals, but alas, you move through. Let me just get this. There we go. That makes more sense to me. You guys get through. And Zero, you lead Zeph to a place you've never been before. A small pub in one of the back and forgotten corners of Traders Bay called the Drain. From inside, you hear the low hum of some sort of music from some bard, perhaps a band of some sort. One or two patrons in and out, more unruly types. But you're on the precipice, and I turn this scene over to you.
You, ever been here before?
No.
If I start talking like a fuckwit, just know it comes with the place, okay?
Okay.
Alright. Because Goss is with us as well, isn't he?
Goss is with you.
Yeah.
He's not said a word the whole trip getting to this point. He's just been silent.
Yeah. We'll head in.
You move in. Beat up dive bar, signs, animal skulls, all that sort of stuff. Kind of like your country bar, like that sort of stuff. There's two or three bards, one with like a percussion and one with like a lute and one with a lyre, like playing this like jaunty kind of melody in like a very southern bluegrass kind of style. And a mix of patrons, humans, tieflings, dwarves, elves, the lot, maybe no less than 15, but more than 5 at least. Yeah. Behind the counter, you see a Hadozi bartender, a Simian folk. And Zero, you know him. His name is Jin, Jihn. And he catches you off the bat and just gives you a tip of the hat because he wears like a little bit of a cap of some sort. But I put it to you.
Zero's gonna saunter straight up to the bar. Or bang! Lean an elbow. You, got any cleaning supplies in stock at the moment? Anybody looking for a cleanup? Looking to take some cleanup work? Place is kind of dirty. Real filthy, actually.
Move around back. And, quickly wipes his hands on a rag, throws it, and you guys exit out the front door, and he exits along a little back strip. He moves you guys to the back of the bar, and it's this large hunk of steel, just bits of metal and copper and brass that's just been left to the elements, and it's all fucked up and dirty. Someone's just been dumping it behind the bar. And you find, as you walk, and you guys notice as a particular piece juts out, and it's obviously maybe the shell of a dome or a telescope of some sort. They have iron rooftops, and Jin places his hand on it, and a little broom blows underneath it, and not unlike the portal doors from God of War, all the bits of steel create a staircase, a door that leads into a staircase that is cut into the stone. And he turns back, looks at you all, and allows you, steps aside to allow you all to walk. He doesn't need to escort you. You will probably know, Gosserick as well, he knows a little bit about this. For you, this is a bit of a new one for you. You move down this staircase, and eventually, after about a minute, it opens up into a small bricked workshop with a multitude of slabs and apparatus floating about. And immediately in the area, you see an elderly turtle folk, a young elf, and an earth genasi. The young elf is a female, the earth genasi is a male, and the turtle seems to be of a non-binary nature.
brethren.
But you, so you know,
Vetherum.
Brethren.
you know the. I would say this is probably knowledge for you. Gossip also knows, but he doesn't really want to speak. He's not much of a talker when it gets to these sort of things. The elf is known as opal. The earth Kanazi is
That's
iron,
right.
and the turtle is quartz. Josh is just he's like,
Ah,
nice.
Very nice, yeah.
But as you all descend of your steps going down, they all turn and give you a nod, but they don't speak because you came to them.
I'm looking to have a mistake rendered with these cleaning services you provide. There was a mess that someone was ordered to clean up, but it wasn't their mess to clean. I'm having a look to see where the trash has been swept away to.
They all look to each other. The elven woman, Opal, has platinum blonde hair. She's wearing like smart pants and a blouse with an apron that is adorned in pristine operating tools. Like these are medical operating tools. You know her as she is a body disposal expert and a street surgeon. So she heals and disposes of things. She looks she's a bit more kind in the face comparatively to the other two. And she comes over and she goes, well, what was it? Was it items, people?
People. About, what are we looking at, 8-9 months ago now?
About 9 months.
9 months ago, out on the streets. Would have been something you collected after the big manse went up in flames. The big one.
Make a persuasion check with advantage, please.
Oh, Lord, don't fail me now. Oh, fuck. Oh, that's an 11.
With an 11. With an 11, she leans in a little bit and goes, that was a big mess. A lot of people apparently got pulled out of that fire that we had to eventually get rid of, but I'm afraid you'll have to be more specific.
Look at my face. Have a look at how it looks. Stark white, yes. There is nobody else who would have looked like the person I am talking about. Would have stood out like a fucking sore thumb.
All three of you make inside, well, you two make inside checks. Goss will also make one. Probably help if I had his character sheet open.
Oh, actually, let's get this one.
No.
Oh, way better. 23.
Yeah, no chance. You find instantly her eyes dart to quartz and darts back, and she pulls you a little bit away. Because you're saying all the right things. I think I've put together a little bit of what you're looking for. I do know that Quartz knows the best place to look. I don't. As you are aware, and our friend here, not you, not so much. I dispose and fix. I find it's the best way to make money and spend my skills. I cannot begin to tell you the amount of times I've seen family members come in looking for others that have gone and don't come back. I'm sympathetic to what you need. Talk to courts. I pray that you find what you're looking for.
As soon as Opal finishes that sentence, she doesn't have time to mince words, she doesn't need anybody's sympathy, she goes straight to quartz.
You walk over to quartz. The turtle cleaner, shell, lots of cloth wrapped around the front, small vials and tinctures on the belt, This turtle seems to have the countenance of like a druid, like a witch doctor, like a collector. You know what I mean? I don't want to use the witch doctor. That seems a bit not socially good. So I refrain. I apologize. But more like someone who is dressed of nature, but also is in the city. Maybe it's a lineage thing, but so a bit weird, like stark contrast. But you go up to Course and goes, there you go. How can I help you, my dear?
Looking for a body that was taken about 9 months ago from a fire in the mountains out in the city. Big one. Lots of cult members dead. One among them, though.
Yes, I remember that quite well.
I'm sure you do.
Good memory, the turtle folk.
Well. Looking for tiefling. Male. Stark white.
Looks to Quartz. By this point, Iron's just sitting in the corner, like, just having that, like, just watching. And, like, even Gosrick, like, when he kind of sees, like, this, like, staunch thing, and his arms come out from under the thing, and they're just so much fucking bigger, and this guy's just like...
Yes!
And, and he, like... and Quartz goes... Well... The Stark White one... There were special instructions for him. We don't pick sides here, but I guess it comes down to what do you want him for?
I want him because he's my fucking son, and you're gonna fucking tell me where he is. How does that sound?
This is going to be persuasion as a grieving mother or intimidation as a hardened criminal. I'm going to tell you that you are going to get advantage because you have Gosrick and Zeph with you. Otherwise, I'm going to be completely real with you. You are now treading into very fucking dangerous territory. So you need to be sure this is the path you want to go down. So you can pick either, or you can get one free chance to tack on another statement to perhaps change the situation.
Fuck no, I want my son.
We love a bad bitch. A bad bitch.
Did you say it's with advantage?
Yes, intimidation or perception or persuasion.
Okay. It's looking somewhat promising. Okay, that first one's gonna come to 16.
On which one? Intimidation.
Persuasion. As a grieving mother.
I'm gonna ask you to describe to me what you can tell a lot about someone by what's in the eyes, right? You know when someone's an animal, you know when someone's grieving, you know when someone's dying, whether it be emotionally or physically. What does Court see in your eyes, on your face?
Desperation. Pure and utter desperation. She wants her son. It's been 9 months. She needs to see her son.
Okay. Give me a moment here. Quartz looks to the other two, and Iron has not turned his head at all. He doesn't want to look in this direction anymore because he's been emasculated in front of everybody. Rightfully so. But the Opal, the elven woman, looks, and it's clear on everyone's face, there is a pleading look on her face. And Courts, they go, come. And they begin to walk. And you're led deeper into the underground workshop. And you go down more steps. The dripping of water, the leaking of condensation that turns down. It gets a bit, it's like you can feel an air, but it's kind of muggy and dirty at the same time. And eventually, you guys are led to a door, and Quartz pulls out a bunch of set of keys. Big. This key is like old. This is old stuff, and opens, puts in the door, cranks it like. And there's obviously that gasp of air where there's been a seal, and you're hit with the heat wave. All three of you.
They put my son in that Harry Potter looking ass vault.
Yep. You're met with a sewer, like a water-filled sewer, and as Quartz begins to move you guys along an outer edge path along this huge body of water, where again the water itself is coming down like a little waterfall thing, where you can see a ladder at one point that opens up into a fucking, like, obviously like some sort of manhole. Like, it's a high climb, and from the distance, you guys hear this groaning and this like wheezing sound, and you look, and there's this giant a machine golem with maybe 6 or 7 bodies just smashed onto spikes on its back, and when it hears the steps of people, it has a huge red eye, and then when it sees Quartz, and the eye goes to like a faint green yellow, and it like sits down and basically allows you guys to continue onwards as you move around and up this ladder a little bit, and eventually you're led to a descending pathway, which again is sealed by another door. Quartz turns to you all as they put their, long nailed tortoisey hand on the door.
These doors lead to the Undercity. The place where no one goes. I will give you the directions exactly where to go. But just know that whatever follows after this, we will not help you. You're on your own.
I understand.
Now, if you go down there, be wary. Many bad memories and spirits roam the sewers and the Undercity. Nightmares and dreams made manifest from years of pain. I dare say it will not be the first ghost you see down there. The body of your boy.
Zero looked to Goss and Zeph, and, without speaking a word, kind of gives the look of, you don't have to follow. This sounds a bit shit.
Goss looks to you before speaking, and, grabs your arm a little bit.
Open the door.
Gosrick looks at you, and then pleadingly looks to you and goes, maybe we get the rest of the team and come back together. It might just be a better idea. We have access. Let's just go get them and come back.
And put everyone else through that? Did you not just hear what they said?
I don't think they're going to be against it. Whether you like it or not. And he, looks to you, kind of, pushes Zeph just out of earshot a little bit.
I think they really like you. So I think they'll help.
Ooh. Hang on. Come on, you big fucking beautiful dummy. That's a dirty 20, homie. On stealth.
Good 9.
You go to listen in, and his huge hand just wraps around your hand. He's like, no.
All you hear is just.
And it moves it so you can breathe.
Just. Yeah, fine. Does Zero know if there's other ways to get to having the instructions passed on to her?
Oh yeah, definitely. I'll say Quartz is able to quickly write down again, like most maps of Hunter Phrase proper, a directory by direction, not by name. The street's not named. So it says, this door, continue on, look for this landmark, look for this landmark, look for this landmark. So yes, you have an instruction. So basically, and I'll say with this interaction, Quartz says, look, if you have more people you want to bring with you, probably a good idea. I'm more than happy to allow this passage once. But you guys getting out beyond that is not my problem.
Shit. Alright. Fuck. Yeah, we'll get the others. Thank you. Thank you. I mean it. You've done a mother a great service, regardless of what waits beyond. Can I just ask one question?
Yes.
Was the collection at least respectful?
Make a persuasion check with advantage again, please.
Fuck! This is my worst skill. Oh yeah, not too bad.
On the dice that I brought you to.
Yeah, oh, it got even better! That is an 18.
With an 18, Quartz pulls you aside and puts their wrinkled hands on yours and goes,
I can at least disclose the information that the individual who brought him down here and asked him to be hidden explicitly said that nothing was to happen. I believe the body was reposed, which you know is, which in your age knows is a spell that stops the body from decaying, but only for a certain amount of time. So I'll look into that a little bit more. So, but basically, Quartz goes, I cannot tell you the state that his body will be in when you find it, but we treated him with the utmost care that we could, putting him down in that god's forsaken place.
Zero doesn't even say anything in response. She just starts to make her way back up, but she's looking mighty confused right now. She's looking like she's having an internal war with herself, finding out that that was how they were instructed to look after him.
oh, like calmly and politely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna say for the sake of time, you guys all link back up at the start at the entrance to Traders Bay, and very quickly are approached by the Trouble Trio. And what do you say?
We have information on where he is. He's in the Undercity. We have directions from the drain on how to find him.
All right. Do you know roughly how long that'll take, hours-wise?
With the directions.
Do you without interruptions? Maybe 3.5 hours, 4 hours. Let's put it into perspective. You are walking the same city expanse, just buried underground.
Yeah.
So it's still up, and you don't know the state of this place at all.
Yeah.
Let it out.
Not safe, but we can be careful. It's important.
Yeah. It'll take us like 3 or 4 hours, maybe.
All right. It's manageable. There and back.
Yeah.
3 hours there, 3 and 4 hours there, 3 and 4 hours back.
Are you okay?
Yeah. Just not what I was expecting. It doesn't matter. Probably doesn't matter anymore now anyways. It's probably looks now how we would have done regardless. It's just because it's the Undercity. I mean, you don't have to come if you don't want to. It's a very big ask. Just thought I would get confirmation of no's from you all to come with me. You can say no. That's fine.
Yes.
You know the answer.
I'm in.
It's a shit place. You don't have to come. I wouldn't recommend it. It's poo-poo caca.
So is everything else you describe as poo-poo caca. But we still tag along for that, don't we?
I think it'd be worse to know that you're down there without the backup you need.
You're not getting rid of us. You don't have to say it.
I will share this burden with you.
Thank you.
What was that?
There you are.
Goss with the leads in. Don't push it.
Nice. That's perfect.
That's like trying to draw blood from a rock.
As the don't leaves his lips, it's just that family kind of hug that's just suddenly around 0. Preparing for a funeral?
Zero will give a very tight hug back. It's very quick and very desperate for connection.
Just once realizing just how intense the hug is, it's just that gentle pat on the head for a while. And then the eyes over to Hugle. Help.
That's what I was thinking as well.
Little like garlands, like vines of garlands and roses and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, when Zeph sees that Hugle joins in for a hug as well, Zeph also comes in and just like does the whole head hold sort of hug.
Don't be a little bitch.
Goss places a gentle but meaty hand on your shoulder, and you just get the ever faint, like the thumb rub when, like, just to let you know that he's there. And he like kind of looks at Zeph and he's like, good at interaction.
You're doing great, sweetie.
Thanks, baby.
And then all of a sudden there's like a...
Alright, it's hot! Alright, you're hot! I'm sorry, that's Dog's fault. Dog on his knee.
Zeph will, like, when they all kind of like split, it's like, alright, sweet. That's enough social interaction for fucking months now. Enough physical touch. Zeph will just kind of...
Well, you and Goss are made for each other.
I'm going to say to you what you said to me when we were facing Mr. K. No matter what happens down there, I will be by your side.
You're a good kid.
I'm learning from the best.
Open palm, shut your fucking mouth.
And I would probably power walk ahead of everyone a little bit faster. And
No one could see the tears.
I am the bitch.
as everyone moves, Goss leaves from behind you for about a moment, and you feel like his hand leave your lower back as he falls in pace with you, Sebastian, which I say will probably be delivered towards the back. And just as we transition from upstairs to back down in the entrance, he leans in and goes, "You're a good man.
Oh.
We go about it 2 different ways, but you're doing good.
Same to you.
Keep going this path, you'll fit right in."
Ah,
Gives you a bit of a shove.
Oh wow, yeah, no.
Falls down the stairs. Put it up on all four.
He makes it into the other fucking suburb before the rest of us.
Oh my god. But Zero leading the pack, you push back down the stairs. The doorway is still open. Quartz waits for you guys at the bottom of the stairs. You are all met with the gaze of Opal, Quartz, and Iron. And you are led further down the pathway. I'll actually quickly get everyone to make perception checks or investigation, whatever's better for you. But they're both basically going to yield the same sort of result.
Hey, that's alright.
Let's see
Can I
what
do
we
better?
get. Oh.
I'm just gonna say
23.
No.
Dang.
On investigation, if
15.
that makes a difference.
7,
14 perception.
Yep.
13.
So anyone that was basically 15, I'd say you probably did get this. You notice the stairway that Quartz leads you guys down beyond their office was obviously excavated and built at some point. Maybe it was like a basement for the tavern, which has since been not a basement, but similar design but repurposed, a little bit deeper than what it should be. But the hall that is excavated that leads you into the entrance, like through the sewer, that was excavated. So this is a part of the sewer entrance that has been broken into, that has led into access to the Undercity. You guys all move past this giant golem, and again the red eye, and then sees you guys, and like saunters down again, and you watch as Quartz taps the trinket on their necklace, and the thing just goes. And disappears deeper into the sewers. Eventually, you make it to the large door that sits on the precipice of, for all intents and purposes to everyone here, is a ghost town. Quartz turns to you all and says, "Remember, bad things. Many ghosts lay here. Keep your wits. Stay close to your friends. I can assure you, something else will be down there."
As they stand like in the doorway, Zero like cracks her neck. "Oh please, I invented bad things and ghosts." And then she's gonna strut in and be like, "Fuck you!"
Quartz turns there.
Puts the glasses on.
Explosions! Michael Bay! Michael Bay!
Explosions! Cool guys, don't look at explosions. You guys move through the large iron door. I swear we are coming close to the end, I promise. You walk for maybe 40 minutes, 45 minutes. A long, warm corridor. There's weird, like, not warm in the sense of like there's fire, but like that mugginess where there's no airflow down there. And if there is, it's very little.
Nobody better fart!
You can breathe, but it's a struggle. And you guys press on, and press on, and press on. The clacking of small stones falling off the walls, the rubble, the sound of your boots and taloned feet connecting on the excavated stone floor. And eventually, you come through a clearing where you can see its very obvious heavy stone wall that has been destroyed and pushed out. The scattered rubble itself still stands on either side. As you walk across the precipice onto this peninsula outcropping, like those bits of stone that like kind of like a mine quarry, how they kind of excavate around. And through the they almost look like stars, but they're just faint pockets of where light is obviously coming through from other subsurface level sources. But you look out onto the kilometers wide ghost of old Hunnenfrace. Feasted and built upon like the corpse that it was, underneath the city that some of you call home. And somewhere in here is the body of Zero's son. And I think that's where we're going to end it tonight.
I'm gonna put my vote on the wildest thing to happen this episode was that Zero claimed to have invented ghosts.
Where's the canon? Where's the law? Let's see the.
It's established.
It's in one of my documents somewhere. Thank you, everyone, so much for watching. It's tricky to kind of be chipper about the end of that one. That was a bit of a rough go.
Oh yeah.
That ending did drag out a little bit, but there was no real way I could have ended that and have it be seamless.
I was happy to keep playing, honestly.
Yeah, that's true.
I want to, believe you me. But that's a big call, gang. I guess I can quickly show it. I might as well add on. There was a whole battle that you guys got past because you didn't have to fucking fight, but because you didn't piss anybody off. Oh,
We're really good at that.
Oh.
Oh no, it's stuck. No, it's not. I got it.
Well, let's see it.
Oh.
Oh.
There.
Oh.
That was the sewer map that Seb lent me his Dungeons and Lasers tiles. I only built it
Holy
enough to
shit.
get around there.
How long has this been sitting there waiting for us?
About 2 months, I think.
What?
Let me...
Wait, it's all right. We'll go back up and we'll start a fight. It's
We can
okay,
do it.
man.
No, it's
We'll
okay.
go back up and start a
I
fight.
got to do it on camera before we go, but there's a
Oh, yeah.
mini that I've had stockpiled since before this
Oh.
campaign started.
Oh.
That,
Was it the corpse collector fellow?
yeah, from ages ago. Oh my god.
Come
where
on,
is
guys. Let's go back upstairs and start
Fight the big
fight.
red
he? I
golem.
can't find him. I can't
From
find
its
him.
pieces, I shall make a new one.
No. No. Where's he gone? Where's me robot?
No.
Where's me robot?
Where's the robot?
Where's
The robots.
Where's the robot child?
Where are the robots?
Oh no.
I mean, I'm down.
I'll
like,
find
I'll
him
just
and
go
then
back
put
and-
a thing
with
up.
him.
It's spooky as hell, and I'll show you guys when I find him.
Sounds amazing.
Maybe on the way out, we can just be all like,
I'm so pissed I
Damn.
don't know where he's gone. But again, thank you so much everyone for watching. Take care of yourselves, behave, and we'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye bye now.
Welcome to Tomes and Tales RPG.